Yeah, we live. Yeah, I gotta come kick it. I gotta come kick it for a quick half hour, whatever. Salute to everybody coming in the building, man. You already know what it is, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Salute, man. What's popping? What's popping? It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, man. What's popping, y'all? It's nasty out here. I ain't gonna hold you. It's nasty. Salute to everybody coming in the building. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, football was kind of boring. I had to tap in real quick, man. Salute. Okay. Salute. Happy Sunday. Salute to everybody in the building. You heard? It's your boy E-Oil, aka the Harlem Legend, man. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. Please smash that like button. I ain't gonna keep much of your time. I ain't gonna share the broadcast. Make sure it go out to everybody. You heard? This is getting nasty and nasty. I had to pop out and let y'all know the news because y'all know I don't make it. I just break it on down. But I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button so we could
eat.
You feel me? You feel me? Make sure you hit that like button so we could
eat.
Come on, y'all, man. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Eat. Go look at Zip page. Zip climbing. Look at China Brim. He climbing. Look at Harlem Legend. He climbing. Look at Kid Toes Jan. The nigga look pitiful. When you talk, eat. Niggas is already eating.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Dark Side, we represent Dark Side 050 the movement. Make sure you check them out. Harlem Legend TV, man. I like these dudes. They're real entertaining, man.
I got to be honest with y'all, man. It just seems to get worse and worse every time I turn on the TV screen. Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like everywhere you turn, I know a lot of y'all are tired of hearing about Diddy. Let's be honest. GP on the tube, salute in the building. I see Danny Luck in the building too. Where she at? I thought I seen Danny Luck in the building. Salute to everybody in the travel guard. What's popping? Yeah, just a quick live, y'all. I'm not staying too long, man. Boogie Black, what's popping? The numbers going up though, man. Smash the like button, make the numbers, I gotta be real with you. There's a lot going on. Every time we Danny Luck, there you go. Salute. Boogie, I see you. Fatty, yeah, I see you. Every time we turn on a tube, Miss Rap, what's Gucci? Marvin Williams, what's Gucci? See, they coming in the building. Every time we turn on a tube, and that's the new TV. Let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. Let's stop playing, dog. YouTube has become the new TV. See, I get my source straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, I let them do all the talking. I don't do none of that trying to make something up and put something. I don't do all that. I let the people speak. But every other week, it's something new on this man, Diddy. We're going to break it all down here today, man. Hit the like button, right? Because before I get into this one, right? You know what? We're not even going to start there. Nah. We ain't going to start there. I'm not going to start there with y'all. No. Should we go there, y'all? Should we go there? The tapes is for sale. Hollywood is selling the tapes. There's people in Hollywood. How did they get their hands on these tapes? It's something higher and more powerful trying to take Diddy out of here. And rightfully so if there's minors involved. Yeah, so I gotta be honest. I was the first one to get up here and say, well, I read the report. I didn't see any minors. I didn't see any children, anything like that. I had to do anything that was kind of creepy, crazy. Everybody was claimed to be adults. Things done got worse. But let's start here. Hollywood has the tapes. And there's a celebrity on these tapes. You heard? I'm being honest, y'all. There's a celebrity on these tapes that's bigger than Diddy. Yeah, they saying he's bigger than Diddy. His popularity is bigger than Diddy's. This is wow. I ain't gonna hold you. This is wow, butter that. This is wow, butter that. Pay attention to this lawyer that takes on cases, right? Right? She takes on cases. Highly respected. Highly respected. And she keeps it 100. He's getting calls about these freak-off tapes. Pay attention, y'all.
Was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because.
Wait. Before we go any further, do y'all hear what's going on? I'm just being honest. Like, all right. So let's put this out there now, right? You can't just get online and say anything because people gonna fact check it. People gonna be wanting to know who you are. These are real prominent figures, people that actually get clients that's of a higher standard. They're reaching out to her to sell the tapes. How did these tapes hit the black market? I'm just being honest. How did these tapes hit the black market? We got to be honest. How? Pay attention, y'all, because this gets nastier. There's a big-time celebrity on these tapes. And it ain't Freak Mills. The person is actually bigger than Diddy. Pause. No Diddy.
Was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is.
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before. So like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow. Can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
this
I can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video was pornographic in nature.
Oh, my. All right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Salute to Karika. Salute to Karika. Salute Harlem, just showing love, my G. Keep working. You on your way up. I fucks with your content. Shit is very entertaining. Salute, brother. I appreciate that. Or sister. I don't know. I don't want to disrespect anybody. Salute. Everything counts. We appreciate everything over here. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. There is a bigger celebrity here at stake. And I see y'all saying it don't make sense. So why wouldn't the person? That's what the person was calling her for. Pay attention, to negotiate, to sell the tape, to stop the tape from actually hitting. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I went shopping around the black web. See, a lot of y'all ain't into y'all don't know what's going on out here. Yeah. You got to be internet savvy. You got to be internet savvy to know what's going on, right? I went shopping on the black web. I went looking. It's there. I didn't purchase it. No. Don't you dare try me, y'all. I did not purchase it. It's on the dark web, though. I'm just being honest. It is. And multiple of them pop up. The same tape. So I'm just being honest. Don't start getting at me. Harlem Legend. I went looking on the dark web. Yeah. You got to know what's going on the internet, dummy. I went looking. It's floating around. Yeah, just type in Diddy tape. What? I didn't tell y'all nothing. I ain't say nothing. I'm just keeping it on. Look. He can't seem to win these days, y'all. Salute for the dime, Katika. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. You heard? That's a fact. He cannot win. It gets worse. Get the likes up for me, y'all. Share the broadcast. I know football's on right now, but it was kind of boring. It was whack games on. I'm like, come on. NFL is getting like, It was just one of those things for me. Like, I just want to go live to share this information with the people. Share the broadcast, y'all. I appreciate everybody in the building. You heard? There's this lawyer named Tony Busby, right? So not only is Diddy tapes floating around, yeah. Not only is his tapes floating around, and they for sale. Let's get to that. Let's not forget, they for sale. I got to give a shout out too. Shout out to Bambi for the donation the other day to the Cash App. I appreciate that, sis. That's a fact. Shout out to you. God bless you and your family, sis. But I got to be honest. This guy right here, Tony Busby, he don't play no games, y'all. So let me break this down to y'all real quick. You got these lawyers that'll take on these cases, but at the end of the day, they don't want paid up front. What? Did I say something wrong? Pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. No, sit down. Sit down and listen. They got these lawyers that'll take on your case. Facts. They'll take on your case. They don't want no money. They get mine on the back end. I know I can win this. That's what he's famous for. You heard? You heard? He even went after Deshaun Watson. We know what's going on with Deshaun Watson now. Right? You know he was accused and boom, 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 right? We know what's going on. You heard? This man is claiming to have 50 victims. Yeah. Let's get to that. 50 victims on Sean Diddy Combs. And he's even throwing in there. Yeah, let's get to that. I gotta keep it all the way real with you. I gotta tell y'all what it is. He's even throwing in there. There's minors involved. I need y'all to pay attention and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, Diddy might be done after this one. Salute.
This is a lot to read. It's about Diddy. If you don't want to read it all, I'll give you the summary. What this all means is OMFGDIDDY. Tony Busby, one of the nation's best lawyers. And what he does is he takes cases for free. You don't pay him. He'll take your case and then he's going to go out and investigate it and try to win it for big money. How's he been doing? I think this man has made billions of dollars at this point. I know he's made hundreds of millions. He might be into the B's. And here's what he's saying. He's saying that he represents 50 victims of the freak-offs. And here's where it gets scary hours for Team Diddy. He's saying that it includes minors. He's saying that we expect a group of people seeking justice to grow.
I got to stop that right there. I got to keep it 100. He's expecting his list to grow. What we talking about here, y'all? I'm just being honest. I ain't make the news. I'm just breaking it down. I do my homework. I go out and get and make sure this was all authentic. Yeah, I went to the lawyer's page. It's all there. Yeah. This lawyer is legit. And what he does is he takes cases. You heard? Yeah. Tony Busby. He takes cases. You ain't got to pay me up front, but I'm going to get them couple million on the back. He's claiming to have 50. Hit the like button, y'all. Subscribe to Jim. Tap the screen twice if you're in the vertical feed. You heard? Salute to all my loyal subscribers that actually show love to the channel. Let's grow together, y'all. Pause. No Diddy. Pay attention.
This is a lot to read. It's about Diddy. If you don't want to read it all, I'll give you the summary. What this all means is OMFG-DIDDY. Tony Busby, one of the nation's best lawyers. And what he does is he takes cases for free. You don't pay him. He'll take your case, and then he's going to go out and investigate it and try to win it for big money. How's he been doing? I think this man has made billions of dollars at this point. I know he's made hundreds of millions. He might be into the B's. And here's what he's saying. He's saying that he represents 50 victims of the freak-offs. And here's where it gets scary hours for Team Diddy. He's saying that it includes minors. He's saying that we expect a group of people seeking justice to grow. He's saying he expects other individuals will be implicated. He's saying there's going to be a press conference next week. He's saying it's up and it's stuck on P. Diddy. If this man Diddy ever even looked at you funny, you can call Tony Busby. Shit, call me. We'll call Tony Busby together. This is very scary because lawyers like Mr. Busby make their money by spending lots of money investigating and uncovering facts and information about powerful individuals like P. Diddy. And so now this guy's on your ass with 50, some minors, and maybe more on the way. It's up and it's stuck.
What we talking about? What we talking about? The hotline is open. I told you I wasn't going to stay long. 30-minute show, 40-minute show, whatever. Call the hotline. Now, no. We got a new number. Hold on. Let's put the new number out here. Let's get the new number out here, man. Like I got to be honest. Or is this payback? Share the broadcast, y'all. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. Is this payback? Because I got to be real with y'all. I don't think this is what he needs to be worried about. Good. Y'all like, minors involved, Harlem. Ain't there minors involved and stuff like that, Harlem? Like, hell yeah, you need to be worried about this, right? That's the first thing that come to our minds. Hell yeah, he need to be worried about this. I think there's something more powerful at stake here. You heard? Keefe D. Yeah, let's get to that. Keefe D. This is involving unaliving somebody. So at the end of the day, y'all call it what it is. But Keefe D may be the nail in the coffin. Yeah. I don't condone. Let's be honest. I don't condone messing with them little ones. We don't do that. You heard? We don't do that. But in this lifetime, I've seen many dudes in prison that done took something, whether child or adult, and they end up getting away with it. I'm just being honest. It ended up being nothing. Especially when I started getting incarcerated inside these small towns. Yeah, these little hick towns. Yeah, I was locked up for transporting. You got other dudes in there that done took something and they getting out before me. That's kind of wild. I'm just breaking down how the laws in a lot of these towns across America work. So that's why I'm saying, as far as when it comes to minors involved, crucify them, throw them under the jail. But if we being honest, where I come from and what I've seen throughout life, them dudes get a slap on the wrist, man. Them dudes be right back out on the streets. That's not considered a crime in most of these little towns. I'm just being honest. I'm just calling it what it is. But if we breaking it all down, you heard? If we breaking it all down, Keefe D, he may be the kryptonite to all of this. You heard? Just look at what it says when you pull him up. It talks about Tupac. This dude might be done. I'm going to keep it real with you because Jaguar Wright said it best. Listen to this, y'all. Listen, this is how real it is. A lot of us ignored Jaguar Wright. Right? We ignored her. We don't listen to Jaguar Wright. Let's keep it real. A lot of us don't listen to Jack. She be saying a whole lot. Salute the Jaguar Wright. But just like the bodyguard, she's been calling this out since day one. We still neglect it. Pay attention.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy, his catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse is very valuable. So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album? It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week.
Hold on. See? Is she cooking? A lot of times we got to ask ourselves, is she cooking? That girl went in there and she's, look, man, a lot of people, they have hatred for her. She outed a lot of people. She talks about Jay-Z a lot. I'm just calling it what it is. I'm not here to judge. But she talks about Jay-Z a whole lot. She, call the hotline, y'all, 910-694-8884. I'm not going to be here for too long. Get your call in now. Football is on. We got 600 in the building. Hit the like button. Tap the screen twice. I'm not going to be here for long. It's Sunday. I just wanted to tap in with y'all to give y'all this information. There might be minors involved. Everything is coming back to haunt Diddy. Jaguar Wright ain't lie. That man done made money off Biggie after his death and before his death. He's made money longer than Biggie's been down, been dead. That's crazy. Wow.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy, his catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse is very valuable. So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album? It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy. And then starting his own company.
Huh? Yeah, Biggie, he didn't want Biggie to leave. He didn't want him to leave. You heard? That would have took the commission was supposed to have definitely got started. I remember that. See, I'm from that era. Yeah, I remember that. Diddy made sure he got in the middle of that. Allegedly, because that's why I keep telling y'all, it comes down to Keefe D. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. Monty in the building. English, Mr. English. Let them know where you calling from.
Calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Salute to the whole Maryland in the building, man. State your claim, King.
Man, we trying to find the whole them Diddy tapes, man.
Y'all can hear them, right? Y'all can hear them good, right? Y'all can hear them? I just want to make sure my audience
let us know what's going on, Harlem, man. Let us know. You seen it. Let us know.
Mm-hmm. Talk your talk, brother.
Let us know.
Yeah, hey, look.
That's why we come here. We come here for you to tell us the information.
Yeah, this
That's
is what's
why
going
here.
on. They saying there's minors involved.
No, on the internet, when you say you search the dark web, you say you seen it.
Yeah. Well, the tapes is there. No, I don't know who's on. I didn't purchase it. Let's clear that up now. But it's there. You can purchase it. It's on the dark web.
All right.
And I don't even like to say that. I don't even like to say that on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't come looking for Harlem Legend. I don't got no words for you. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, man.
Salute, King. Call the hotline, y'all, man. 910-694-8884. We got Miss Miyagi in the building. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Miss Miyagi. Drop her link in the chat. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Miss Miyagi. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all need that great, dope content. Y'all already know what it is, man. Yo, G-Mac, day one shit. Y'all already know what it is. Diddy done fucked up. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all. He done fucked up. Yeah, they after him. It has to be something higher here. There's no way they selling the tapes. Since when? Who had a copy? So you mean to tell me now the feds done ran in there and now they got a copy of this tape? You Negroes is killing me. You get now the general public in Hollywood. You heard? Now the general public in Hollywood has a copy of this tape. Nigga, get the fuck. You niggas is crazy. Yeah, we got to be honest with that, bro. Like, we know who's handing out the handouts. We know who's putting out all the leaks. Allegedly. Don't try to, allegedly. We know who's putting out all the leaks now. This is nasty work, bro. Like, it's like, all right, so I'm one of these kind of guys, right? I gotta keep it 100 with everybody in the building. We got 450 in the building. Hit the like button. I gotta keep it tall with y'all. I'm like this. I only can believe what I can see, right? And if it keeps drilling, every other week, we got something about Diddy coming out. Every week. That's unheard of. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
What's up, man? Yo, it's kind of bigger than the Diddy shit, bro. The same day he got basically caught for that shit. He basically it's basically a bigger thing with the whole, you know, the 21andMe. 21andMe, a lot of people resigned for that. That's the whole thing with the you know what 21andMe is, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So that whole 21andMe, a lot of people resigned for that because they got a leak in the system. And they caught him the same day, so it's like a cover up, so everybody was looking at the whole Diddy case to look away from the whole 20 and 3 case.
Let me ask you something. Do you think there is someone higher? It has to be, bro. It's something coming out every week.
Yeah.
Now they saying there's minors involved. No, in the 50. Yeah. In the guy, I just played for you the lawyer that says he has 50 clients that's going to come out and say, you heard? They have lawsuits against Diddy.
It has to be. It has to be. It has to be in the whole. And they saying something that he adopted some little kid. It's a lot going on. I feel like
this lawyer is not going to play. He's coming for the bread. He wants the money. Some people make a living off this type of shit. Like he makes a living off this type of stuff.
Yeah. The more people, it's a money grab. The more people they see that could come out and make some big money off of this, yeah, man.
Let me ask you real quick before you go. Is Keefe D the biggest problem that he has to deal with right now? I got to be honest. Man. You don't think Keefe D is one of his biggest problems right now?
Nah, I feel like he got too cocky. He put the hand that feel him. I don't think Keefe D really. I mean, that's a problem, but I don't think that's the biggest problem he got.
Okay. You think it's the minor thing and everything else that's going on? All these lawsuits, because you got to understand, those are lawsuits, brother. This is criminal. You understand? Like those are just lawsuits coming out. As far as with the people, saying he did this to me, we don't know what the federal case is yet. They haven't laid anything out. I'm telling you, the people that's actually suing them are actually how you say they are it's not criminal. It's they just suing for money.
Yeah, that's not but I don't think that's the biggest. That's not his problem. I feel like that's why they getting rid of the tape. I feel like he probably had them circulating, had certain people drop them. I don't think
it's civil. Civil. Salute, Whip.
Yeah,
it's civil. See, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of it is civil. Treehouse salute. East side of town salute in the building. Yeah, so it's civil. So that's why I think the criminal part of it is what he has to deal with. That's what's going to knock him clean off his pedestal, bro. Salute, brother. I appreciate you calling up.
All right, thank you, man.
Call the hotline, y'all. 910-694-8884. Call in. Let me know how y'all feel about. I don't know. Diddy has pushed the envelope. If there's children involved or minors, he's done. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see him coming up out of this. I don't see, I just don't see it at all. I don't see nothing of the above. You heard, like it's nasty. It's nasty. And Jaguar Wright said it best. He's basically used people. He's made multiple so much money before and after death. You heard, like it's nasty. It could be just his karma coming back to smack him on the backside. Right? Is that possible? I'm just asking y'all, like, is that possible? Call the hotline for me. 910-694-8884. Get your point across, man. Let's see what this is right here. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. Let the people know where you're calling from.
Calling from Syracuse, King.
Salute to the whole Syracuse, man, in the building, man. State your claim, homie.
Nah, I'm calling in regards to that whole Keefe D situation. Like, people not understanding his present case in New York is federal, and that Keefe D situation is federal.
Yes.
And like I've been
criminal.
thinking, like,
but see, I like the other ones are civil. When you see people coming out just suing Diddy, it's civil. Now, when you're getting criminally charged with taking somebody's life, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. See, people coming out for the civil situation due to they done seen old girls get paid out. So a lot of people thinking they're gonna get their payout. But they gotta also understand Diddy assets is frozen. So it ain't gonna be too much of a payout in regards to that. See what I'm saying? So people gotta start watching the other person's situation. And
I'm believing
that's all the way fact, Harlem. But he's down, and the court's gonna grant the people who it pertain to their money. But at the end of the day, everybody not getting no money. See what I'm saying, King?
That's a fact. Everybody can't get paid. Everybody can't get paid. But 50 lawsuits is crazy though. Like this lawyer just know. Like, look, this lawyer is probably a billionaire already. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna be a $500 million, if not another billion, after this whole situation get clear and over with. This is bad, bro. This is bad. I also wanted to say, like, you gotta also think, like, the feds may be holding Diddy and they got Keefe D in order to let the world know about this whole Tupac and Big situation. We totally forgetting about that. But they can be having them in custody to let the world know that these two are the actual killers that we're going to charge for this. But they have to have them in custody, because if they was out in the world, we both know that was going to go. If they divulged that to the world, that they was both involved and they out in the world. See? So you got to think they had to get them in custody, man, in order for the world, in order for them to break that news to the world in regards to Big and Tupac situation too.
Yeah, but that's not good. I think there's going to be more of an investigation. And what if Keefe D just takes a stand against Diddy? It's over, right?
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. He already done implicated him in public, and we know this. In public and in police records. Yeah, in police records and in public.
All over social media.
He's been in custody. And he also been in custody before Combs. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I just wanted to hit the panel with that fool. That's all, King.
Salute, man. I appreciate you calling up, homie.
You already won.
Salute to the whole Syracuse. Call the hotline, y'all, man. Like, yo, it's going down, Buster Brown. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, he can't run from this. Diddy can't run, man. Sean Combs is taking the fall for the industry's freakiness and secrets that they want buried, along with retribution for Biggie, Tupac, and anything else. Craig Mack, the Locks. It's a list. It's a list. 112. There's a list. Thank you for the support, man. Sang, I appreciate that, Sang. But it's a long list. But it's taking the fall. I think Diddy brung all of this on himself. He allowed himself to have so much stuff against him. So when somebody was ready to move on him, per se, the liquor company, when they were ready to move on him, that's what happened. You heard? He left himself vulnerable and open to when you cross the wrong person. You dig where I'm going, y'all? When you cross the wrong person, because it gotta be obvious, man. We gotta call it and break it down, right? We seen 50 Cent come out and speak on it. I played it for y'all, man. That's why I tell y'all, check out my lives. Go back and check out my live videos like I'm doing now. I've showed y'all all the receipts. Go check out all my videos. Hit the like button. Subscribe. There's always something in there that you're going to be like, oh, all right. That's all. And even if you don't like it, hit the dislike. It still shows that you're here. That's why I encourage us to share the broadcast. Tap the screen twice. Hit the like button. Let's share the broadcast and let's all get out there. You heard? That's a fact. If you want me to grow, we're going to grow together. Pause. No Diddy. But I got to be honest. He basically left himself open to all of these different figures coming out, and they got something on you now in Hollywood. Now your tape floating around. You heard? That's wild. That's wild. If you don't leave no track of what you've been doing, he's a recorder boy. Yeah. Yeah, let's get to that. He's a recorder boy. He's freaky. Yeah, Diddy freaky. You heard? Like extra dirty freaky. Like he trying to like record every little beck and step in his crib. Salute the saying, man. I appreciate the support, King. You heard? That's a fact. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, Diddy is like, he's wild, extra wild, freaky. Like, yo, even if he was doing it at just like out of kindness of just having a party and he just extra freaky, he want to get as many women as possible, you're still setting yourself up. How does this tape get out? I'm asking y'all. Yeah, I don't think y'all heard. Listen to the lawyer. Did y'all listen? She's getting calls because people want her to represent them to sell the tape back to the culprit. Somebody bigger than Diddy. That's wild.
Was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up.
Nah, this is diabolical. This is not, yo, how are your tapes on the black market? Come on, bro. We gotta be honest, man. St. Jean, salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Yo, what's going on? This is B12 out of Brooklyn.
Yo, what's Gucci, Diddy? My G? What's Gucci, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
State your claim. Shout out to the whole Brooklyn.
Diddy cooked. And another reason why his so-called friends ain't speaking up to him, you gotta understand. How these your friends, and it's supposed to be all love, but you recording motherfuckers, pardon my language.
Yeah, he's recording everybody, though.
How you having freak offs, but you recording your so-called friends without them knowing? So, with that being said, how could I stand up for you if behind my back you record me while I'm doing stuff on the
I gotta be real with you. A lot of them been going to these Diddy parties for years, and they know they're being recorded in these after parties. That's why you don't see none of these. So why we don't see none of these celebrities coming out saying he recorded me? You know?
I can't go for that one. I don't think they know they're being recorded. I think, especially the married ones, the one that have wives, I gotta be honest with you.
You're in a mansion. You're in a mansion. You're in a mansion. What do you mean you're not being recorded? It's kind of like
but when you sneak off to when you sneak off to a room, you think you good.
But you're not. What, a room? Do you know what these rooms look like in these mansions? It's not even a room. It's a living room. Like, to us, you feel me? We from the hood. It's a living room. Nigga, goddamn. They got cameras everywhere, man. Like, come on, these is mansions.
Yeah,
this is Pete Diddy, and if you knew him for years, and come on, we can't get around that. That man got cameras all around his house.
Nah, you're right.
There's no way of saying you don't know that man got cameras.
Yeah, you're right. He done. Either way, he done.
I think it's something higher though. It's something higher that's keeping this black man down, man. That's
absolutely,
and that's why it's getting to the point where we don't know what to believe and what to believe. You feel me?
Right.
It's something coming out. They keeping the pressure on them, and something is coming out every other week. Is getting to the point where we don't know what to believe and what to believe. I appreciate you calling up, King.
Yep, no doubt.
Salute, Rich in the building, man. State your claim.
Yeah, man. Yeah, P. Diddy run the city, man. Straight up.
State your claim, homie. Like, that's how you feeling today? Talk your talk.
Yeah, I think, P. Diddy run the city, man. They know what's going on, man,
So you feel like there's somebody higher. So you feel like there's somebody higher that's actually that's trying to destroy Diddy.
Exactly. Somebody pulling the strings, man. Keefe Diddy run the city.
Okay, salute, brother. Salute. Appreciate you. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim. Call up the hotline, y'all, man. 910-694-8884. Sunday afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. We got 600 in the building. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Miss Miyagi. Yeah, know how we get down. You heard? Stop the hate. And let's negotiate. You heard? Yeah. Stop the hate and let's negotiate. Get in my inbox. Let me know what y'all like. We can report on it. Make sure y'all leave a comment, and it lets me know certain things. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Hey, how's it going there, sir?
Hey, how you doing, brother? Let the people know where you're calling from, King.
I'm calling from Texas.
Shout out to the whole Texas, man. You already know. I know how y'all get down. You heard? I know Diddy.
Yeah, I like that Diddy.
Oh, okay.
I think he's a good black man. I think them people are just trying to get on him. That's the Kamala people.
Whoa, talk about it, brother. Hold up. Let's start here. You think that's the Kamala people?
That's Biden and them.
Okay. Talk your talk, brother. Talk your talk.
I think you black man need to support that boy.
So you think more black men need to actually protect their own?
Yes, sir. It's like you guys just as soon as they say something, hey, he's this, he's that, y'all just run and laugh and
that's a fact. That's a fact.
And the support for your community. I mean,
no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. We the only race that actually do that, sir.
I mean, Trump, he had his issues, but you never seen us Trumpers saying anything about that man.
I get it. Hey, look, y'all protect y'all own. I've never had nothing against that. Hey, no, we got to keep it real. This Harlem Legend TV. I appreciate this brother for calling in. Salute, brother.
Peace.
Hey, some people are going to call in and speak their truth. They may not be of ethnicity of us. The majority of us in here is probably black and brown, right? You're going to get people from other walks of life that's looking from the outside in, telling you about yourself. Is he lying? Let's be real. Is he lying? We don't stick together. We talk about each other. We put each other out there. And we're actually the only race that do that. Oh, but y'all want Harlem Legend to sit up here and be, no. That's ain't what it is. You'll get up out of here and be disrespectful. I'm not doing that. We got, until the time we start growing as a people and start connecting for real, that's why I'm Harlem Legend. You heard? Every nigga ain't my nigga. I'm just being honest. Go, what's popping? Go, salute. Let the people know where you calling from.
Hi, I'm calling from Florida.
How you doing? Go, state your claim. How do you feel about this whole situation and what's going on? And now they saying there's minors involved.
The only thing is, I mean, for a long time, we've been hearing about, stuff like this, so this is nothing new. I just think that the truth is finally being exposed. Even though I don't think everything will ever be out on the table, but I think the truth is finally being exposed. Because the industry has been a very dark place for a really long time. Yeah.
Have you ever been a part of the industry?
You know what? I'm happy to answer that question because I was talking to my sister the other day and I was telling her because I love to sing ever since I was little.
Your phone is going in and out, sis. Your phone is going in and out. I'm getting like a little distortion.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
Can you hear?
Speak your mind. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, like I was saying, yes, I was saying that how since I was little, I always loved to sing.
Your phone is going in and out. You probably have to call back. Your phone's going in and out. Let's go to the next one. Salute, Ebon, salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim. Yo, salute, Ebon. What's popping?
Yo, twin, what's going on, man?
Yo, salute, man. Let the people know where you calling from, King.
Hey, man, I'm from the west side of Atlanta, man.
Okay. West side of Atlanta. Man. Yeah, salute.
Yes,
ATL.
sir.
Whole ATL in the building, man. State your
Yes,
claim,
sir.
dog.
Yes, sir.
You claiming Lil Woody, homie?
No, we don't fuck with all these soft ass. Wait, hold on, though, for real. All these soft ass niggas fucking with Lil Woody, we not standing for that shit. You feel me? If I ever said that, I'm smack the fuck out of it. I don't know what the other.
Don't chase no clout. Don't chase no clout. That young boy, he take care of the business now. You don't want to go in there just acting like you about to do something to somebody now.
Nah. Ain't gonna put my Instagram or nothing, but they don't want no young niggas. You feel me?
Okay. Salute, brother. State your claim, homie.
All right, I just want to say one thing. Y'all supposed to need to vote for Trump 2024, man. You feel me? Trump for office. Fuck Kamala. You feel me? Shout out to Atlanta.
Why you want to vote for I don't want to talk. You know what? No, I don't want to talk politics. I want to stay away from that. Politics never helps your broadcast. It never helps. Even saying the word, it never helps. For real. Like, I want to stay away from politics, ladies and gentlemen. Call the hotline, y'all. I see people's calling up, man. Hotline jumping and bumping. I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, look, like, yeah, let's get it, man. 510 in the building. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Please believe that. Salute to the Supreme Shadow. What's happening with it, man? This network,
Bow. Shout out to the whole Oakland. Shout out to the West Coast, man. You see what I got on.
Oh yeah, man. I see you, man. Got that motherfucking that athletic crown looking real nice, man. You feel me?
Yeah, that Oakland A thing. State your claim, homie. What's popping, Calico? What's popping?
I gotta disagree with boy that called in here earlier, man. As far as motherfuckers hopping on a bandwagon and try to, you know what I'm saying, as far as black people goes, is that I hate when motherfuckers use that black people this, black people that, or black people the only ones that do this, or black people, if anything, collectively probably don't hold each other accountable as most, but we can't act like we the only motherfuckers that don't stick together. If that's the case, then explain to me how you can't put a motherfucking North Daniel and a Serrano in the same room. If white people stuck together, so motherfucking good, what was the Civil War about?
Talk that gang shit. Yo, look, I'm here to stir the press up. You heard? That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I'm here to stir the press.
Of course.
You heard? Yeah. Talk that gang shit. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I just feel like if a motherfucker gonna talk about black on black crime, and then you got a motherfucking white boy that'll bust a window out of the Mandalay Bay and shoot down and have one of the biggest mass murders in American history by spraying up a crowd full of motherfuckers at a country music concert. Why they didn't call that white on white crime? Why they don't call shit like Columbine white on white crime?
Facts.
We ain't gonna just make it look like it's us.
No, you definitely right. You definitely right. No, you bring up a very valid point.
That's a fact, man.
Yo,
yeah, man, but I just had to tap in one time, man.
Let the people know where to go subscribe to your channel. Your phone has been the most clearest of anybody that's called in all day. I don't get it. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, man, you can come and tap in with me at the Rare Sense Show, because common sense just ain't that motherfucking common.
That's a fact. Common sense ain't just that motherfucking common. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. That's why I call it the Rare Sense Show. And I got another podcast called Shark Infested Waters that's on the way.
Salute. Appreciate you calling up, homie.
No doubt. Salute to the shotter, man.
Salute. Call the hotline, y'all, man. Let me know, man, because it got crazy, y'all. It got crazy. The lawyer is saying the tapes is on sale.
I was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have.
Yo. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim, homie.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? My name's Kaz. I'm from Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
Yo, shout out to the whole mass, man. The whole Boston. You heard? The whole New
Yeah,
England,
no
the whole
doubt.
New England. Y'all already know what it is up there, man. Four
No
corners, all
doubt.
that.
You already know I'll be tapping into your channel.
Salute to the whole four corners. State your claim, my G.
So yeah, man, about this whole Diddy thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Diddy been doing what he been doing for a long time. But like, I want to keep it all the way on 100. Like, I think that the people that allow people to have power, like Diddy, Hov, and all them, they'll allow these people to have power, but eventually they strip them of all that. It happened with Bill Cosby. It happened with R. Kelly. Now it's happening with Diddy. I wouldn't be very surprised if Hov is next. You feel what I'm saying? So
you think it's coming?
My whole take on the situation.
I mean, I'm pretty convinced. Is Diageo is the liquor companies and shit, because I'm pretty convinced. Whenever 50 Cent is saying they don't like to see you go on your own, they don't like to see you do your own thing, so you got it, and that's why these charges came down faster. He's making them work. He's making them move. Like some people, man. Yo, look, man. Money rules everything, brother. Everything.
Yeah,
money
that's a
moves
fact.
everything, man. Everybody's receiving a check to get you caught up in some shit if they could. Like money
that's
rules
a fact.
everything, bro. Money rules
But
everything.
you even look at the situation when Suge, Irv Gotti, and all them was thinking about creating their own distribution. That shit got shot down too. The feds came in and stopped all them from creating their own distribution.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And
I
the
think
same
that
thing
they're not
happened.
going to allow niggas to get
Yeah.
as much power as they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same thing happened to Murder Inc. Yeah, you saying Murder Inc., right?
Yeah.
And then the same thing happened to DJ Drama. Remember the
that's a fact.
mixtapes? He was selling mixtapes. So
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
a fact.
They don't never want you to get bigger.
So I think there's more at play behind the scenes as far as everything that's going on with Diddy right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think that even though Diddy likes to party, that's a fact. Everybody knows Diddy threw the best parties. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Everybody been known that since the 90s. He throws the best parties. But I think that we should collectively stand behind him because he is one of our people. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, he's making it very no Diddy. He's making it very hard to stand behind him. No, I'm being honest. When there's minors involved, allegedly.
I don't mess with none of that. I don't agree with none of that.
It gets spooky when there's minors involved.
There's a lot to read. It's about Diddy. If you don't want to read it all, I'll give you the summary. What this all means is OMFGDIDDY. Tony Busby, one of the nation's best lawyers. And what he does is he takes cases for free. You don't pay him. He'll take your case, and then he's going to go out and investigate it and try to win it for big money. How's he been doing? I think this man has made billions of dollars at this point. I know he's made hundreds of millions. He might be into the B's. And here's what he's saying. He's saying that he represents 50 victims of the freak-offs. And here's where it gets scary hours for Team Diddy. He's saying that it includes minors. He's saying that we expect a group of people seeking justice to grow. He's saying he expects other individuals will be implicated. He's saying there's going to be a press conference next week. He's saying it's up and it's stuck on P. Diddy. If this man Diddy ever even looked at you funny, you can call Tony Busby. Shit, call me. We'll call Tony Busby together. This is very scary because lawyers like Mr. Busby make their money by spending lots of money investigating and uncovering facts and information about powerful individuals like P. Diddy. And so now this guy's on your ass with 50, some minors, and maybe more on the way.
That's why I said Diddy ain't my people. Hold up, man. He ain't my people.
My people.
Yo, you got to turn your TV down, homie. Like, yo, whoa, homie. Yo, salute,
Hey,
man.
shout out, man. I had to tap back in one more time, man, to address the whole Diddy shit, right? Because I kind of slid off to other shit about homeboy. But I can't vote for Diddy with this one, man. And
yeah, man. Especially if they saying that there's minors involved with lawsuits and all that. Even if it's a lawsuit and it's not criminally, I still can't jive with you, bro. Like, if this is proven and he pays out, This is wild.
Even let's remove the minor shit until we know about that being factual. Even if it wasn't
no. That's
I'm just saying on this.
I'm telling you, that's the fact that the lawyer, I just want to put this out there. Is a fact that the lawyer has taken on 50 plus clients against Diddy, and some of them are minors that say they was at his parties and whatever they got going on. That's all I'm saying. That's a fact because he put this out as a tweet on his own page. He's a billionaire lawyer.
Okay, well, I mean, it wouldn't be too far-fetched. I mean, all of them cats got them Epstein vibes, man. And that just even furthers what I'm going to say next, man. Like, when it comes to homeboy doing that, man, I got a mama and a daughter. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And as far as I wish a nigga would do my daughter like that. That will be the last time you ever kick anything in your life. Then the only other thing you're going to be kicking besides that is the bucket.
Speaking of what he did to Cassie.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I can only
that's still
that was called on taking. That was work. I can only imagine what he done did to other motherfuckers. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
crazy because you see what he did to Kid Cudi, allegedly blew up his car and all this stuff. So this is what I'm saying. There's a lot that's been done here, and I think everything is coming back to get him now. People are not scared anymore because he's actually incarcerated. He's behind bars. You can't intimidate us. Your team is gone. You see what I'm saying? People are separating themselves. People like Jay-Z are not hitting wine glasses with you at this point. You see what I'm saying?
You know why that is? You know why that is?
Why that is?
He gonna jump. He gonna jump directly on some Nino shit. Yeah, look at him, the educated brother from the bank. Yeah, he definitely, man. You push that nigga off a cliff, he ain't going without grabbing your shirt. So anybody that was tied in with homeboy, trust me, he finna do a whole lot of finger pointing.
Let me ask you: you think Jay-Z is on one of these tapes? He had thousands of them.
I mean, it remains to be seen, but don't homeboy also got a history about, you know, tickling on minors? I mean, come on, the whole Foxy Brown thing, man. You feel me? I mean, nigga said he was rocking with Beyonce before she jumped over that 18 mark, man. I'm just saying, though. So, I mean, a lot of that plays into it.
Get the lights
And then
up
anybody that got any kind of guilt around him, trust me, they finna scoot away from that nigga like he farted in the elevator. They finna get away from partners because they already know what time it is. Why you think ain't nobody stepped up? Nigga, you ain't see Stevie J at court. You ain't see nobody at court but that nigga
I think he's on multiple tapes. Let's just get there. Stevie J, I believe Stevie J is on multiple tapes.
Oh, that's right here, man.
Stevie
nigga, don't move
wild.
now, nigga.
Nah, Stevie J, wow, Mo. You heard? You heard? No. You heard? Stevie J is wow, Mo, yo. He's wow, Mo. I know he's on mad tapes, yo. And salute.
What they call themselves? The filthy niggas, the dirty niggas, or what they used to call themselves.
Man, look, man, the filthy twins. I don't know what they call it. Yeah, man. Look, now I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest on everything, bro. On everything. Stevie J, wow with it.
Oh,
bro.
he going.
Like, he wow.
He going.
Extra. Yeah, he jumping over the rainbow. Like, you heard? Yeah, like he one of them. Like, he just tough. He a tough jumping over the rainbow type figure. Like, you feel me? Like yeah, he ready to jump out the window for Diddy. Like, you heard?
The thing about homegirl named Karma, she might move slow than a motherfucker, but her memory is impeccable. She don't forget a motherfucker. So all that shit that you was doing, partner, I mean, it's all good when you're doing it, but at the end of the day, nigga, you know what the program is. You either got to pay the piper or see the sniper, one or the other.
Great words from Calico, man.
You got to pay that back. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shout out, I'm back in the comments, man.
Salute, King. Hit the like button, y'all. I appreciate you calling up.
You already know.
Call the hotline, man. 910-694-8884. Hit the like button. Tap the screen twice. That's all you got to do. It's 700 p, almost 7. It's 657. I'm jumping back and forth. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. That's all I need y'all to do to help the broadcast grow. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. It helps the channel grow. It brings more people in the building. Call the hotline. I want to hear from y'all, man. Yeah, let's get into it, man. It's Sunday. Trey, what's popping, Trey, man? Let the people know where you calling from.
Harlem Legend TV. I want to say salute, and I also want to say that I've been watching your YouTube podcast for a while. You and Black China, trying to, you know what I mean. I want to say that y'all put a lot of good content out there for one, and I appreciate y'all for doing that. And I appreciate the movement y'all putting out there. 050. I just wanted to speak on the Diddy thing real quick without taking too much time.
Talk your talk.
I'm calling
Talk your
from,
talk. It's Sunday.
I'm calling,
It's Sunday.
I'm calling from Queens, even though it says Connecticut. I'm calling from Queens, but I'm out in Connecticut now. But I want to say that I've been around certain individuals in the entertainment industry, been around Diddy himself, right? Bodyguards and everything like that, and he's always had a lot of power, even amongst other celebrities, right? So
you've been around Diddy. You say, wait, whoa. Let's before we speed up. Salute 530 jackpots for the super sticker, man. 99 cents, everything counts. I don't care if it's 50 cents. You heard? Salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Salute, King. I gotta ask you said you've been around Diddy?
Yeah, I've been around the entertainment industry. I've been around Russell, I've been around Leo, I've been around Puff, been around his man B.O. that used to be at the office.
B.O. from the Bronx. B.O. from the Bronx.
Yeah. So I've been in the offices and everything. So, I know I've been around Sean's people, everything like that. So he has a lot in the industry among a lot of celebrities, and he's been doing it for years. So it's not like a new thing. It's probably new to the public. You know what I mean? But he's always had a lot of power with the higher ups in the industry. So he's been able to do a lot of different things that most other CEOs and other artists and VPs that couldn't do. But they know of his power and it's his strong hand. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. So you've been knowing about the Diddy parties?
I've heard about it, right? I've never been to none of those. I've been to a lot of industry only events with only DP.
Oh, so
CEOs.
you've never been to a Diddy after party?
Never.
I'm just checking.
Never, yeah.
I'm just checking, Trey. Looking out.
No doubt.
How did you get into the hip hop industry? How did you get
in? So I always had people that always either worked for Bad Boys. I had a couple of homies that worked there. I had
couple street team guys. Like that's how I got in the industry, over through the street team,
like
Rough Riders and stuff like that. Yeah.
It actually worked in the office. These were like people that were A&R, that were actually part of the street team. I had homies up at Steve South's office when he had Tone and Pope. I know his cousin personally, Kendall. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I knew when he had Track Masters. I've been around.
That's Loud Records. Wasn't that Loud Records at the time?
At Track Masters, Steve South had
Track Masters.
Yeah. So Track Masters with his brother Kendall runs the office, and Steve Stout was out and about, handling business. You know what I mean? But his brother Kendall run the office. You feel me? So I've been around all these guys. So we're all from Queens, so we all know each other. I've been around all these guys.
No,
you know what I mean?
You're legit. I'm just checking the credentials because I got into the industry and started going to these parties, and I was getting money as a young kid, man. Like I was getting money, and you know what I'm saying. I was going to these joints, and I never actually seen none of that, like that type of shit either. But you know what I'm saying. Like I've been in the industry parties, and I got into the street teams. You heard the days of the Rough Riders when the Rough Riders blew up. You heard, and I was in tune. I had some people that was actually working in the office that was getting me gear, flying me out to the events, all type of shit. So you heard that. My man was able to move around. Shout out to Kano. You heard?
No doubt. And Clue and him is my man. Clue is my man. Herb Guiding them is my people. His brother Chris, I know him personally.
Before. I've met DJ Clue before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clue is cool. Ernesto's cool. I know him as Ernesto before he came Clue. So I know Ernesto. We go way back.
Shout out to the whole Queens. Shout out to Queens. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I met Clue when he was at the top of his career.
Yeah, there you go. There you went at the Desert Storm when you got the imprint, and I got that deal going. You know what I mean?
Sir.
So I knew him on a mixtape.
I know Fab at the beginning of his career. I know Fab. Keeping it gangster. I know that Fab. I don't know the one that's putting on these weird fits now and all that. I don't know these guys. No, I'm just being honest. They know I don't even want to do the industry. I don't even. That's why everybody's fair game to me. Even though if I shook your hand, you're fair game. If you do something, absolutely. I gotta talk about it. I'm gonna definitely display it up here. You already know.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Absolutely. And the whole Diddy situation about the lawyer
you know, she can't take that case because that's extortion. So that's why she turned it down. But I know for her to come on the newscast and say I've been offered, you know, that's just to get some clout going on. She might get clients behind that. And also for some information. So that's legal extortion. So she couldn't take a case even if she wanted to.
Well,
you know what I mean? So whoever
I did a video. There was a book that came out with the what's her name? The freaking God bless her soul, Kim Porter. It's fake. The book is fake.
Okay.
You got all these people running around
fake.
talking about this book, but the book is fake.
Yeah,
the book is not real. It has not given me any signs of this book being real.
Right. It's definitely not real. And then if you notice, when they did the actual investigation, the actual investigator that was on that case, he was taken off. And then Diddy had his own personal investigator do all the investigations for that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. And that laptop went missing that she had. If you never noticed, that personal laptop was never found.
That's a fact.
She had a laptop that went missing. It's been gone.
Yes.
So we already know where that went without
mysteriously.
Yeah, mysteriously it went gone without knowing. But we all know if you use your common sense and use logic and people put it together, you know where the laptop went and who had it and who may have it now. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of those pieces you got to put together without the Homeland and FBI giving you all information that they have to make it
right? I've seen this too, right? Because people are saying, "Oh, and let me tell y'all something." And where is it at? Well, somebody in here said the proceeds right here. My God, 530 Jackpot said the proceeds go to the kids, and you know who the fame go to? The author. The person that actually wrote the book.
Wow.
So that's how they able to make Future and drop Future shit, and people will believe in what the product they have.
Interesting.
Stop
it,
bro. Like I know the business.
Yeah.
See, we don't want to be too behind the curve. 530. You heard? Salute.
Right.
Salute. Catch up. Catch up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All the proceeds go to the kids. Of course. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But my next earnings is going to go to me. And guess what? That book is going to sell out because everybody's going to believe in this book if those kids would have endorsed it.
Yep.
Quincy wrote a letter and they don't endorse this.
Right.
Just being honest.
It's all fake.
Salute.
Yeah. And it tarnishes their mom's, brand and everything she might have had before she left up out of here. You know what I mean? And rest in peace. So, this is a bad thing. And then with the Diddy thing, just like 50 Cent in correlation when you're dealing with these liquor companies, you know what I mean?
Everybody said it. It's like sometimes I feel like we're reaching. Are we reaching with the liquor company did it to them? Are we reaching? Because a lot of times it feels that way. But when you have major figures and big time artists, 50 Cent, all of these guys coming out and say, "Oh, you went against that liquor company." When you got guys saying that, who is Diageo? I don't know this guy. He must be powerful as hell.
Yeah. Absolutely, because these guys are actually owned Diageo. If people do their research, they're owned by two of the biggest institutions in the world. It's BlackRock and Vanguard. So people do their due diligence and look up BlackRock and Vanguard. These are the two highest beasts in the financial industry. They basically control. If you look them up and research them online, you can Google them, and people can look for themselves and see who BlackRock.
Wait. Tell the people that again.
If y'all go and look up who actually owns Diageo, De Leon, that company that Puffy was partnership with at one time, which he had a 50% stake, they're owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, two of the biggest financial dogs, beasts in the entire world. They run everything in the stock market, right? So when Diddy went against Diageo, that includes BlackRock and Vanguard, right? So when you tarnish that name, because Diageo is one of the number 254 on one of the biggest liquor companies in the world. Right? So he went against the superpower, right? And that's a slap on the hand. They were like, oh, so now you can include racism because Puffy
that's
had
what he
the
did.
deal.
He accused them of racism for not pushing his brand.
Right. So when you throw racism out there, automatically people gravitate. So the population going to gravitate and be like, wait, we're not going to support that brand no more because it was distributed to an urban market. It wasn't distributed to people.
He ended up winning 60 million only, right?
Right. Yeah.
Something's
but now the thing
light.
is,
and he make that every year with them anyways.
Exactly. So they said, oh, you want to go against us? So he got cut out of that deal at the end of everything. He doesn't own a piece of it and everything. So as soon as that went down, right, they keep everything of all the billions of dollars they made off of that with Puff, right? So they keep all of that. Now, with that, the same process they did with Bill Cosby, who tried to do NBC and get that deal. The same process with every other black person that tried to step out of bounds. They said, okay, we're going to slap you in the hand. And if you notice, right after those deals don't go through, this was in all the charges and everything you did dirty that you tried to hide behind that was good because you wasn't outstepping your boundaries. Now it comes to light. So now, just like Bill Cosby, same
I
process.
get where you're going.
50, 60,
Hey,
60
you a
women.
smart,
And
you
all
a
that
smart
lawyer,
dude. You a smart dude. You need a YouTube page, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm about to next year. You know what I mean?
You're pretty
and
smart, man.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
reach
break
out to you.
down.
I'm gonna reach out to you when I do it because I got a couple of plugs.
Hey, any
Yeah,
help you need, man, I definitely got you, brother, man. Just tap
yeah.
in Harlem Legend TV
I
on
appreciate
Instagram,
that.
call a line, whatever, bro.
Absolutely.
But you are a very
And I
smart
love your
guy,
brother,
and
man.
you need to at
Yeah,
least start your career, start something. Like, you know what I mean? Even
yeah.
if you don't follow
Absolutely.
through, just start it. You heard?
Yeah. Now you have to be right about that. And I appreciate you and China, man. Y'all do a great job. You know, stirring up the pot and giving both sides. You know, play devil's advocate and get people, you know, informed and say, listen, this is the content that's going on, and you'll break the news. You only ain't saying this is what it is, but you're giving the facts what's going out there. You know what I mean? So I think if people do their due diligence about this whole Diddy thing, look, and I'm not going to say, you know, we're going to say the higher up instead of the word that we want to say, but when the higher up say you overstepping your boundaries, we're giving you all this money, okay, now we got to spank you. So now, same process. Bill Cosby, same thing. Bill Cosby went through the same process.
Real quick,
real
quick, because you're giving away a lot of jewels. Hold on, real quick, hold that thought. Hit the like button, y'all. If you're in the vertical feed, tap the screen twice. That's all you got to do is tap the screen twice. Let's get the 500 likes. We got 600 in the building, y'all. It's jumping back and forth. Let's get the 500 likes. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. I appreciate you like you appreciate me. Hit the like button. Go ahead, brother. We hear you.
Yeah, so, you know, they doing the same thing they do to Bill Cosby. If you notice how the whole court cases, the victims, it's mirrored on Puffy. Same exact process. It's that Puffy went in jail a lot faster because he went against the big dogs. Bill Cosby didn't sue. He just tried to make an attempt to own something on NBC and kind of put black people in a positive light, where the show's like a different world. Then you had the Cosby Show, and he had other shows lined up to do. They said, no. We don't want that. You did quite enough with the Cosby Show. We let you get that. You ran for a couple of seasons and keep it pushing. And that's when he tried to go above them. And he had the money. And he had the investors on the two that party didn't have. But they said, nah. Now you want to do that? Okay, now you're getting outside of what we allowed you to do. And the higher up, you already know who it is, the big dogs. They're like, nah, you can't do that. So what they do? Tarnish your name, tarnish your legacy, so you can never own nothing. Even if you beat this or get out early, you can't own anything because no one's going to be associated with it. Same thing with Puff. Let's say Puff did 15 years. Let's say he got on 15 years. When he gets out, his pockets are going to be drained because all these lawsuits are built up to drain your pockets. Because now the lawyers you hired, the lawyers you hired are going to drill you for 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. Because
and you got one lawyer coming with 50 clients. And some minors.
Well, 54 now. It's 54 now. When it's the 54 clients. Now it's 54.
And some that were minors. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. They tarnished Puffy's name. And Puffy, I'm going to keep it real. Everybody that's got up the ladder, they've crushed a couple of eggs along the way. It's given. You've hurt some careers, you've hurt some people. It's a given. Puffy was a little more freakier. Not a little more, a lot more freakier than what was going on.
He was wild.
You know what I mean? So he was a wild boy. He had all the mansions everywhere he had videotapes. We all know FBI didn't rated it. They have these tapes. They have the proof. Right now, they're dragging it out.
How did the tape get out? How did the tape get out, though?
Well,
how did somebody get a copy of a tape and they're calling a lawyer to negotiate? How does that work with the person that's actually a higher figure on a tape? This is wild. How does that work?
I'm gonna tell you the piece of the puzzle behind the scenes real quick. That videotape that's out. Think about it. If it was a female, this wouldn't be going on like that because they would have told the female was. Because now it's a female, it's a violation. She's
Who
a
do
victim.
you think it is? Who do you think it is on the tape? Somebody.
I think it's a dude. I don't think it's Jay-Z. Let me tell you something about Jay-Z. I've been around Jay-Z too, and all his people. All his people.
You've been around Jay-Z and his people. You said.
Yeah, Jay-Z's no dummy. Jay-Z is tactical. He's not the type of guy to get caught up. He plans ahead of things. He's very strategic. The same way he got out of the deal with Dan, went to Leo Cohen. He thinks ahead. So Jay-Z, Jay-Z might have been to a couple of parties, and I've been at the same party with Jay-Z and Puff in the same room. right? But they may be on opposite ends of the room with their people. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and they all say what's up, what's good, woo woo woo, and they kick a couple of days, and they say I get at you, and people move on.
Who
and
do
the party,
you think
you know,
is on that tape?
you know, to be honest,
Wait, I don't think y'all understand. So just for the people coming in, it's 622 in the building. Get the lights up. Tap the screen twice. Y'all gotta hear this. Y'all gotta pay attention. Listen to what she says.
Was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is.
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before. So like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow.
Come on. You hear me? Do you hear me? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. A catch and kill.
Yeah.
Now they negotiating to sell it back to the person.
Yeah, and the lawyer can't do that legally because it's against extortion. She'll be caught up and she'll be in the courtroom where they start bringing in the victims. She'll be part of that. So they can't legally do that. She can't legally, but the person who has that tape, if they can identify it's a clear picture of who's on the tape, they can find a way to reach out to the person.
Oh no, she said it's clear. She said it's clear. Did we hear what she said?
Oh, the best thing for that person to do, to be honest, because if it's a higher up like that, that's bigger than Puff, that's on that tape, they're gonna find a way to get you.
Just come out right now.
You
come out
put
right
it out
now.
there and leak it. If you leak that tape, you're gonna get caught. They're gonna have your home number. It's easy. When you got money like that, you find out who leaked it. To sell it to that person, you're gonna have to have a big dog that knows that person can say, "Hey, we got somebody got the tape. They want to," but it's extortion. So either the person looking for a lawyer to facilitate that deal legally, so it puts them out of harm's way. No lawyer with a right mouth gonna take that case or take that deal for you. They're not gonna do that because they're gonna put them in the FBI stand. How did you get the tape? How did they contact? It's too much. So she can go up there and get some clout and say, "Yeah, this is what's going on," but no lawyer on paper is going to take that for you. Now, you might get a London lawyer that might do behind the scenes, maybe, because there's money in it, and maybe they'll do behind the scenes, but no one's going to do that up front. So whoever does have that tape, they might have got that tape from Diddy. Maybe Diddy used it to extort them at some point, and maybe the tape floated around and got to somebody else, because the feds have they rated everything.
Well, how did the tape get out? You saying the feds didn't give out that tape?
I think whoever Diddy had that tape on, maybe someone in his entourage, because when shit go left, people break out and take everything they can and break out and hold shit for their own personal leverage and gain, right? So in that way, we don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure when the cops raided the door, people said grab everything you can and broke up and hit it or whatever they could before they found whatever. Or maybe it was other tapes in other places. I'm pretty sure other mansions and houses and condos he has and owns. They were told to look, take shit, run. You know what I'm saying? And give it so and hide it there so they don't. It's so many ways. When you got money like that, you got to think above and beyond. Just in case what happens.
Man.
You know what I mean? So somehow,
Salute. Let the people know your name, man. Let the people know your name, bro.
Oh, this is Craig. This is Craig, man.
Craig, man. Salute. Salute to the whole QU, man. I appreciate you calling up. You heard?
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all do a lot of good work, man. So I appreciate y'all. You in China. 050 the movement, man. I support y'all, man. So yeah, good work. I appreciate
Salute. We're going live later too, man. We're going live over on 050 the movement. Make sure y'all tap in. You heard?
I'm definitely gonna be tapping with y'all for
sure. Salute.
All right.
Yo, get the likes up, y'all, man. It's 722 in the building. Hit the like button. Diddy might be done. I'm just being. Hit the like button, y'all. Tap the screen twice. You heard? Get the likes up to 500. That's all I'm asking. Get the 500.
Diddy might be done.
Yo, you got to turn your TV down in the background. You got to turn TV down in the background. No, I can't. Yo, yeah. If you're going to call up, make sure you turn your TV down in the background. Call the hotline 910-694-8884. You heard? I gotta be honest, man. State your claim. Call up. Somebody get peak potential out of here, y'all. Y'all know what he doing. Spike in my chat. Get him up out of here. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Salute.
Yo, he actually subscribed just to spam my chat. Like, what are you doing? He's on subscriber mode. Salute the 530 jackpot for the super sticker. I appreciate that, King. Facts. Everything counts. Salute, starting from the bottom. You heard? Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV, man. Mario, man. State your claim, homie.
All right, here we go. It's a lot of things with the Diddy thing. I think that number one, he might be guilty on a lot of different things. You feel me? But you know what? At the end of the day, when you look up laws with the statutes of limitations, I mean, I think a lot of it was consensual, but maybe it wasn't. But the statute of limitations in New York in 2022 was 15 years. So they digging back 20 plus years on this man.
Yes. Or is there just people coming out you like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, they coming out saying this crime happened 20 years ago.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So how are they able to come up with all of these allegations? And, you know, it's all over the news. It's a big distraction in case, like, it's taken away from your mind frame from the election on a lot of different things. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's just coming out with allegations right now. I'm not saying this man's guilty or not guilty. I'm just saying that I think he deserves a fair trial if he's going that route.
Okay. Because I actually just feel like there's a higher power at stake here. I feel like there's something bigger happening here to him that is out of all of our control. You know what I mean? That's
like,
out of
look,
our
for
control.
example, if there is a lot of people on those tapes and Diddy decides to run his mouth, right, but look what happened between Sammy Gravano and John Gotti. Sammy Gravano got 5 years.
Yeah.
He only got 5 years for doing all those bodies.
Yeah, fact.
And you know why? Because
all them people.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if he got all this level up on people, they're gonna silence that brother.
So you think they ain't gonna want him to talk?
Nah, they definitely don't want him to talk. I think they already set him up by as soon as he go in, he's on suicide watch. I think that's suspicious. They did the same thing to Epstein.
Yeah, and he ended up. You know what happened to him?
Yeah, right away. You know what I mean? I think they already setting that up in play, and now you got the news media, the fake news media saying that he's not eating this and that.
Yeah, that's fake. Yeah,
they painting that picture.
That's all fake, brother.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They painting this picture already. So if something was to happen, they already painted the picture. They set the footprints already. So you know what? Everybody gonna believe it, just like they believe in all these different allegations.
Yeah, I get where you're going, but let me ask you this: Is Keefe D the most thing I think he has to worry about here? Right? You would think.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I don't think so because, I mean, if he was such a big threat, I think something would have been happened.
Yeah. So you think they just don't believe Keefe D? Because if that's the case, they believe Keefe D. They supposed to Ben came and picked up Diddy.
Exactly. That's my point. They would have been questioning him.
But the feds communicate. So they might already had this stirring up. And then, the other, you know how this goes, man. I got a feeling like if it even comes close to him beating this case, they're going to pull this Keefe D thing up.
No, I believe that they might find some type of loophole and they got Keefe D on the back burner now. And this was all planned already before they even arrested Keefe D, I think. You know what I mean? So if let's say he was the beat trial, right? I think that's when, just like you said, with the Keefe D situation, would
Yeah.
come in and they would tie him some type of way.
It's just the
to
beginning.
that.
Just the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think that's a strong case against him, though.
Well, against Keefe D.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just hearsay.
Yeah, and well, it's him saying it though, not hearsay. It's him saying it. What we talking
but
about?
It's him saying hearsay. He's saying Diddy gave me this amount of money. Diddy did this. Where's the facts at?
Right.
You know what I mean? Where's the proof at? Where's the facts? That's the only thing that really counts. Like, where's the proof at?
Yeah, it's him just going on shows and shit like that. It's him.
Yeah, like he doing that for clout.
I mean, sometimes I gotta be honest with you. Your words can bury you in front of a goddamn jury. You heard?
That's a fact. I believe that.
And that's why the feds feel like they got this in the dead rights. I'm just keeping it real. You heard? Because sometimes, like I said, your words can bury you.
Yeah, I mean, Keefe D, he got a lot of issues too, though. That, you know what I mean? Because number one, Pac was well loved everywhere, so he got his own issues behind that.
Salute, brother. I appreciate you calling up.
Yeah, for sure.
Call the hotline, y'all, man. Let me know how y'all feel. We're gonna stay a couple more minutes and vibe. I appreciate everybody that's in the building that smashed that like button. We got almost 1,300 votes. See, I never understand that. I think some of y'all can see the poll and not see the like button. Just tap the screen twice if you're in the vertical feed. You heard? Hold on, we're gonna take the next call in a minute. If you're in the just tap the screen twice. That's all I'm saying. Do you believe there are minors involved in the P. Diddy case? 82% says yes. 1,300 votes, over 1,300. Steffi, salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Yeah, so I think I recall the Keefe D interview where basically he said that Diddy already cooperated with the feds before and that no crime associated with Pac could ever be used against him, which is what I was trying to say.
Wait, say that again?
You got to go back and look at the Keefe D interview on Vlad TV where Keefe was talking a lot about this stuff and was saying why Diddy would never be prosecuted for anything related to Pac because he cooperated with the feds before on some other stuff.
And that's why everybody's saying Diddy's a fed. Like, I see, this is all making sense to me because I hear the rumors. See, I'm no longer in the industry. I'm an outcast. I'm considered what they call an outcast because I speak about everybody, right? But I'm being honest. Me personally, I've heard that for years. He's a fed, and even Pac said it in his songs. So go ahead and break that down for me, brother. Say that again.
So, all I'm trying to say is if you cooperated with the feds, everybody already knows he ain't going to ever get locked up for it. And in addition to that, even if it is true, hypothetically, the fact that he paid somebody or paid Keefe D, allegedly, he didn't get the money first off, so there's no wiretap. So why would they go after him if technically he never got paid the money? They would actually have to prove that he wired him that $1 million. Keefe said he ain't got the money.
Yeah,
That's
they
another
saying
fact.
Ron Zip allegedly ran off with all the money.
Yeah. And then you got to think about the fall guy. Diddy ain't going to give him that $1 million like, Zell or nothing like that. He going to call somebody else to do dirty work or a representative. It's just a lot of stuff you got to prove. So
I get what
I don't think he's going to get touched. I don't think he's going to get touched by that.
No, I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. So you think Diddy is going to get out of all of this?
As far as the Diddy case,
as far as the
Pac case,
Keefe D.
Pac.
Yeah, okay.
Keefe D and Pac. Yeah, they already got their fall guy, and they already got the person they want to pin it on.
All right.
And so,
and there's speculation that he cooperated with the feds already.
Yeah, but I mean, if you gonna base it off of Keefe D seems to be telling it all. He's the one who brought that out to light.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
he's the one that brought that out to light. And that's the thing. Like, if they had enough, like he said, if they had enough, they would have already charged them with this. I mean, you got unsealed files about what they already have as far as information. You know what I'm saying? Man would have been locked up by now.
Salute, man. I appreciate you calling up.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
Salute.
All right, love.
Call the hotline, y'all, man. Let me put the number up here for y'all, man. 910-694-8884. State your claim. You heard? We got somebody else. Trav in the building. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. Let the people know where you calling from, homie.
I'm calling from ATL.
Yeah, salute to the whole ATL, man. You ain't down with the little Woodies and all that down there, right?
No, I never ran into Woody.
Okay,
No, I never ran into him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking. You never know. You might be down.
He seemed like a cool dude, though. He's funny.
Oh, all right. YSL, nigga. Now don't get twisted.
YSL.
Nah, salute, brother. State your claim, man. What's going on here, man? We got some minors involved. They saying allegedly. We got high-profile celebrities engaging. What's going on?
Okay, so this is what's going to end up happening. I know a little bit about the law without saying too much. Okay, let me just start by saying this, because there's still a lot of people confused on exactly how a Fed case works. I think a lot of people are getting a Fed case mixed up with a state case. Anybody who knows the difference knows that a state case and a Fed case are two totally different things.
Yeah, state is a lot weaker, to keep it real with you.
Right.
And to keep it real, the state, you can film all in the courtrooms, and that's how I recognize it. Also, the feds, you can't even film in there.
And also, too, if this were a state case, I would probably say Diddy might just get 10 years, and they might call it a day if it was a state case with all of his money, right?
Yes, sir.
This is a federal case, though. That's the only difference. And so when Diddy got arrested, when Diddy's homes got raided, I told everybody, I said, he's going to be arrested within 6 months to a year. You know how many people laughed at me? Said I didn't know what I was talking about. Diddy's too powerful. Diddy has too much money. You're just hating on another black man. He's never going to be arrested. And even if they arrest him, he's just going to set bail and walk home. That's what everybody told me, right?
I mean, that's always been the narrative, though.
But I always, being that I know what it means for Homeland Security to roll up at two of your homes simultaneously at the exact same time on two different coasts, Homeland Security doesn't roll up because it's a Thursday morning or a Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
If Homeland Security rolls up with tanks and their guns drawn, they're not playing. Someone's going to get arrested within a year. They don't just roll up for nothing. You feel me?
Yeah, it's always like that.
Exactly. 6 months later, and we're in September, his homes were raided in March. Exactly 6 months later, like I said, what happened? He was arrested.
Now, I got to keep it real. As far as Diddy, right? I want to stay on subject just a little bit.
Okay.
They saying this minors going to come into play here.
I don't know if you saw the documentary that TMZ did. You know, this is the second one they've done on Diddy, and this installment was called The Indictment. It's new. It's on Tubi. And Harvey Levin, I don't know if you know who Harvey Levin is.
Yes, I watch everybody. I watch Nancy Grace. Okay. I watch everybody. Come on, man.
Well, she was on there. Oh, so you saw that. I don't know if you saw The Indictment. The one they just
I see everything. I've seen everything. Yes.
Okay. Well, did you see when he was interviewing Diddy's lawyer?
Yes. And oh my God.
First of all,
I did a show on that. That's why I tell y'all to always look at my shows. I did a show on
that. Diddy is cooked.
Share the broadcast because it helps. Real quick. That's why I tell my people, if you're going to subscribe to the channel, all I ask is y'all hit the like button, tap the screen twice if you're in the vertical feed. Share the broadcast because at the end of the day, it helps the channel grow all together. We get more people coming in the building, talking, they talk. Subscribe, share. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
So when I saw his lawyer speak and he got up there and laughed
about hell. Ain't no good.
His lawyer's not smart, you guys. And I refuse to believe that is the best that money can buy. That can't be the best that money can buy.
Yeah, so
'Cause
what is
first of all,
yeah, we got to get to that. What is
okay,
going on there?
Diddy had a legal team that he's had. I don't know if you knew this. Diddy had a legal team at the beginning of all of this prior to the raids. That same legal team that he's had for the past 22 years. After the raids, that legal team dropped Diddy. The same legal team he's had for 22 years. They told Diddy, we no longer represent you. So then Diddy had to hurry up and find another legal team after the one he's had for 22 years bailed on him. The fact that that legal team dropped him, that should let you know right there. They knew with all of that evidence that was about to come out, there was no way that any lawyer from that firm was going to beat that case going up against Homeland Security. They had common sense. So they didn't want Diddy attached to them. They didn't want any of their attorneys trying to defend him in a federal case. They just told him, let's just
where
part
does
ways.
the attorney come from? Because this guy seems unsmart.
He had to hurry up. Okay. So then he was in a crisis because Diddy needs a legal team. He needed a legal team, ASAP. So he, for whatever reason, got this poop-putt attorney. I don't know where the H he got him from.
I don't know where this guy come from. This guy has been bad.
He's clout chasing. He's clout chasing.
Yeah, he's been on everybody's broadcast. He's been bad.
He's in interviews. He's like, I'm on my way to go see Diddy after I leave this interview, as a matter of fact. And then when they asked him about the baby oil, he said, ha, ha, ha. I don't think it was 1,000, though. Are you sure? I don't think it was 1,000.
Then he implicated Costco's, and Costco's had to come out with a
Costco said we
statement.
don't even sell, baby.
It's
What
nasty.
the fuck? And then he said this. Now I'm gonna say this. Remember the part where he said, well, I have personally spoken to about a half dozen. This is what he said, and I know you saw this part. People are talking about it.
I think I played it.
He said, I've spoken to a half a dozen men that have he was pretty much saying that have had relations with his client. Well, you just put Puff right under the bus. So he said, and I have talked to them personally, and they told me whatever they did with my client was consensual. So you have went out and found 6 men, a half a dozen men that have been in Puff's bedroom, is what you're saying. And they said everything that they did with Puff was consensual. Well, now you've told us a lot. Not that Puff is on trial for that, but now you've let us know that your client is bisexual, which we all know that at this point anyway.
But now it's going to become public. You know what I mean?
But you shouldn't even be talking on Puff's personal business. Instead of clout motherfucking chasing, you need to be somewhere working on this man's case.
Yeah, he sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
We shouldn't even know what your next move as his attorney is gonna be. We shouldn't even hear from you until the first day of that trial. You should be defending this man behind the scenes and helping prepare for a federal case. And this is another reason why I know Puff is done. When he said, is there any truth that Puff intends to testify?
You know what he said? I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell it because you brung it up. He said he is. We intend he's not guilty. He feels like he's not guilty. He wants to defend himself.
He said that Puff is gonna testify.
What?
Now, anybody that knows anything about a federal case, even a state case, you don't get on the stand of your own case because you're opening yourself up for cross-examination. That is literally suicide. Very few people have testified in their own trials and walked off scot-free. You just don't do that. That's an unwritten rule. You can ask anybody who knows anything about how court cases work. You do not get on the stand of your own case.
That's a fact. That's a fact,
No.
especially in the
You
feds.
just don't do that. And when he said, I don't know if I could keep my client off
They'll
the
tear
stand.
you up. Yeah, he said, I don't know if I can keep my client. I think he's setting Diddy up, man. I don't know who got in Diddy ear and
I
told
don't
him
know
this
who
was
it
the
is.
guy. There's so many lawyers
He's
in New
setting him
York, and
up.
so many lawyers all over the place that he can have a star-studded team. I don't see why he's dealing with this guy.
Johnny Cochran would have never done this bullshit.
Yeah,
Johnny would have went straight to work. Am I lying?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He would have went straight to work.
If the
Who
glove
is
don't
this
fit, you
man
must
that
have
he
quit.
has-
Yeah. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. You heard? Like right away.
The lawyer's dumb as fuck. Diddy needs to replace him. I don't know where the hell he got the lawyer from. I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest. And what's going to happen about the tapes? Here's what's going to happen about the tapes. Now tell me if you agree with me, bro.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Remember when, because Homeland Security, you know that they play chess, right?
Mm-hmm.
They play chess. That's what they do. They play mind games. So when Diddy and his lawyers came out and they said, well, we gave her a settlement a couple of months ago, but truth be told, she just wanted a quick payday. He never abused her. He never raised a hand to her. She just got a quick payday and she lied. I know you remember that, right?
Yeah, the Cassie situation.
And everybody said, okay, well, maybe she did lie and she got a quick payout because he just wanted all of that to be behind her. And what did Homeland Security do? Because you know it was Homeland Security that did it. What did they do a few days later? That tape was given to CNN of him beating her in that hallway in that hotel.
And I did a show on it. If people will go back and actually pay attention, I did a show on it asking, how did CNN get this tape?
Homeland Security. And you know why Homeland Security leaked that tape?
Why is that?
Because now what we're going to do, since you're going to lie, they're playing mind games with Puff and his legal team. Because after they saw that, they said, oh, so now he's going to try to spin it in the public. She just got a quick payday and he never abused her. Well, let's just leak this. And the minute they leaked that, it changed everything. Because now what they're going to do between now and the first day of that trial, we're going to assassinate your character, brother. To the point where by the time your trial starts, no one is going to like you anyway. And it's going to be hard to find a jury that doesn't know what's going on. This is the top news story. And Diddy might not even go to trial till another year.
Facts. So he's gonna be
so
sitting.
They're cooking you daily,
next
bro.
2 years.
They're cooking
It
you
might
daily.
be. It might be the next 2 years, and then he's gonna have 200 lawsuits by then. Because what do you think about what do you think about the lawyer? You heard the lawyer Tony Busby that has 50 clients.
50 different clients, and
some
guess what?
Allegedly minors.
Some are not only that, some are allegedly minors. It's some of the girls who were at the party.
Yes.
And who brought in the girls? And who was in charge of bringing in the girls?
Most likely.
You know who was in charge? According to Lil Rod, it was his two sons that got the girls there.
Yeah. I think everybody's going to be subpoenaed here. It's going to be a long, drawn out a trial, and I feel like, but I don't even see it going to trial. To be honest with you.
And I'm glad you said that.
I think the lawyer is feeding us some goofy. He's just talking. I don't see this going to distance. No, I think
if this actually goes to trial, I'll be shocked just like you. Like if they actually say it's going to trial, I'm going to be shocked. Crap, I'm going to say I'm going to be honest. I didn't see this coming. So now, the day they announce it's going to trial, I'm going to say the fact that it's gone this far is really about to get real interesting now, though. You feel me? Because I didn't see this coming, but I don't think it's going to go to trial. One or two things are going to happen. And I hope one of the ones I say don't happen.
What's that?
He's going to go ahead and just say, okay, well, fuck it. If they offer him a plea for whatever reason, he's probably going to say, okay, well, fuck it. I'll take the plea. Now, I don't know why they would offer him one, because if he has everything on video, I don't know who he could rat out. I don't know what information he could give them
everything
that they
is
don't
already
already
there.
have.
Yeah, everything is already there.
So I got a feeling had he not videotaped everything, they might say, oh, well, you're sitting on a lot of bullshit. Do you have any proof?
Well, I did a video the other day displaying the kid with the pink coat, you know. What happened to the kid that copped out? Remember
I'll tell you.
That's what makes this.
Oh, you're
even
talking
worse.
about Brendan Paul.
Yes, Brendan Paul that played for Syracuse. He was allegedly he was allegedly Diddy's dealer. So he was the one.
Let me tell you this. Who's the first person?
Who was the first person that named Brendan Paul? The rest of us didn't know that Brendan Paul. We didn't know who he was. We didn't know he was Diddy's drug mule. Who was the first person that said he was the drug mule in their court documents against Diddy? Little Rod.
Little Rod. Little Rod. I just did a video on all of this, brother. That's why I tell everybody.
He said Brendan Paul is the drug mule. And when we read that, when those documents went public, all of us was like, who is Brendan Paul? Little Rod named him by name. On the day of the raid, only one person was actually arrested. Who was that?
On the day of the raid.
Brendan Paul.
Yeah. He got caught on a plane somewhere.
They went ahead and took the drug mule that day. And when I went back to Little Rod's court documents, and he was the first to mention Brendan Paul, and Brendan Paul was indeed arrested on the day of the raid for drug possession, I knew then that Little Rod was working with who? Homeland Security.
Of course. I mean, this is how his lawsuit is going through. I think.
And what's gonna do Diddy in? He has everything on tape. He even allowed Little Rod to tape these parties. Little Rod said that Puff himself asked him to get footage of these parties. Did you forget that the man had a lot of it still on his cell phone?
Yes. Little Rod's lawsuit. Yes. And Little Rod's
were you
lawsuit.
that drugged out that you let that slip through the cracks? So what you did,
he had video of Cuba Gooding Jr.
Sure did.
He had video of that man trying to touch his leg and all that.
He sure does.
This is wild.
He sure does. And I think what Diddy did is when Cassie first asked for that money before any of us knew about it, because she kept asking for the money. And Diddy kept ignoring her. Diddy pretty much kept telling her, bitch, go ahead and try to sue. You ain't getting shit. You can't go against me. You're Cassie, I'm Diddy. I think Diddy was on that tip. What you should have done, Diddy, and I know you saying it 1,000 times in that cell to yourself, what you should have done is you should have went ahead then and just gave her the $30 million.
Well, let me put this out there. Yeah, his greed got him because I'm gonna be honest. I did the research on everything, and Cassie was dropping a book, a tell-all. So they went to Diddy first and said you could buy it for $10 million right now, and we snubbed the story and I get a gag order. Everything is quiet because you know she's the one that set this storm fire. Right? So Diddy had first dibs on the book. He told her no, kiss my ass, and now we're here today. That's what happened, bro. He ended up giving her $30 million and just getting out the way because it went public, and he seen all the scrutiny and all the back. Because his ego didn't allow him to get her out the way right then and there.
But he should have.
He should have.
He should have gave it.
It led to Little Rod coming out. It led to all these other ladies we're seeing now.
Yep. And then after that, brother, it started this domino effect.
Yes.
And ever since the week before
real quick, brother, real quick. No disrespect. We got 900 in the building. I need y'all to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. Right after this live, we going over to 050 the movement around 6 o'clock. So I need y'all to stay tuned, man. Hit the like button, tap the screen twice if you're in the vertical feed. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. I appreciate everybody in the building. Go ahead, brother.
If Diddy had went ahead and gave her the $10 million, guess what? He would have saved himself $20 million because he wouldn't have been paying her $30. He'd just been paying her $10.
He would have saved himself a lifetime of money because look what he's going through now.
Exactly. So if Diddy had said, okay,
I believe this led to the raids and everything.
Yeah. And not only that, because Cassie wanted the money so bad, after she gave him the manuscript, he probably could have gotten her to sign a new NDA too. I'm sure she would have done it for the $10 million, right?
Of course, man, for the money she want for the book, of course he would have been. She would have been.
You should have just said, give me the manuscript. I'll give you the $10 million, but I do have to get you to sign a brand new NDA. She probably would have said, no problem. Here's the manuscript.
Yeah,
I'm signing the new NDA.
He still would have been
in charge. I won't speak on you again, right?
That's a fact. He still would have been in
charge. Had he given her that then, we wouldn't be here today.
No, because this opened the gate. This opened the door for everything Diddy's going through right now. Yeah, I'm being honest. This opened the door.
And what does the Bible say? Pride comes before the fall. Ain't that what this says?
Pride comes before the fall, right? That means that normally when somebody falls, they're normally very cocky at the height of their cockiness, right before they fall. So he should have paid her. And now what's going to happen? Guess what? Homeland Security leaked that tape of him dragging her in that hallway just days after him and his lawyer said Cassie had never been beaten, right?
Facts.
Let me tell you what else is going to happen now. See, now, Diddy, those tapes are going to leak. Maybe it might be Homeland Security. Maybe it might be other people who have the stuff in their possession. And we're going to start to see famous people in compromising positions at Diddy's homes. So anybody who has ever
Let me ask you, who you think is on that tape? Who you think is on that tape? You see, the lady said it was high profile. Somebody bigger than Diddy. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy. But somebody,
So
see, that's why. Look,
yeah,
let me play this. Let me play this again. Cause I gotta make sure we got 829 in the building. I gotta make sure the people that's just coming in here, they hear this when she says that. Listen to this lady display that there's somebody, it's the tapes. Now I told you I was on the black market. You understand? I want to look in your eyes when I tell y'all this. The tapes is for sale. They are out. There are different tapes. Now, I believe it was the same tape though I kept looking at. But it's on the black market. It's in the dark web. Yeah, I frequent the dark web. Yeah, I know what's going on. There's a lot going on.
It's only a matter of time before it hits Twitter.
I want to play this and just let the people hear this real quick before we come back, man. I just got to let the people hear her say it. I got to let her say it. Listen.
Was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes. But
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before. So like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow. Can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
this
I
tape.
can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video is pornographic in nature.
Oh my. All right.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You see what I'm saying? It's a high profile. We're not going to skip around that.
And
who do
she's
y'all
pretty
think
much
it
saying,
is? Yeah, who do y'all think it is? Put it in the chat.
She's seen it, and she's confirming it. She's seen it, is what she's telling you. It's for real, and she's seen it, and she's not going to say who it is, of course. I'm thinking, first of all, I'm going to say this. When she say a high-profile person, I absolutely think it is definitely a male. I do. Definitely a male. And like I want to reiterate,
a
politician is not on trial for being bisexual. It could be Clive Davis, but I don't think here's the thing.
Prince Harry, they're saying Prince Harry. Oh man, it's a lot.
Because she said more high profile. Now this is just her opinion on what more high profile is. Her opinion of more high profile could be Will Smith.
LeBron James or Jay-Z.
LeBron James
or Jay-Z. We never know, bro.
Jay-Z.
Will Smith is bigger than Diddy, right?
Prince Harry.
Yeah.
He's a member of the royal family. He's a member of the royal family. He would be more high profile. But here's the thing. I hope, and I promise you, if it's one person that's on those tapes, Diddy will never see the light of day again.
I hope that whatever he might have allegedly done with Justin Bieber, he did not record that. I hope, but being that he's a narcissist and he recorded
he's one of
everything
them
else,
type of dudes. He one of them type of dudes,
there's
man.
no way. There's no way he molested Justin Bieber and did not record that. There's no way he did
allegedly. I gotta say allegedly. Yeah. I can't get the channel.
There's no way he's a narcissist. There's no way he would not have recorded it. If they have video evidence of him with Justin Bieber
the
when
Cash
Justin
App is
Bieber
right here
was
at the bottom, y'all. The Cash App is right here. Harlem Legend TV, $ Harlem Legend TV. Salute. Go ahead, brother.
If they have any video of
shout
him
out
with
to the
Justin
whole
Bieber,
Barbados too. Shout out to the whole Booty. Who you said was in the chat? Put it in there again. Shout out to the whole Barbados. Shout out to the whole Trinidad. You heard? Shout out to all my peoples in Trinidad, man. All my peoples in Jamaica. Facts. Go ahead.
If there's any video of him and Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber was a teenager, he's cooked. We all know that.
Hopefully not, but I don't. I mean, oh man, this is going to be wild. This is going to be wild. I think there's a lot, and I think the feds haven't put out anything. So all this stuff is getting leaked. I was on the dark web. I seen video for sale. Shout out to the whole Trinidad.
This is about to get, and there's a rumor,
allegedly.
There's a rumor, alleged, that there is a clip of Mary J. Blige allegedly.
Oh, she's been very quiet. She's been so quiet. What's going on with her and Faith? Why Faith and her is so quiet?
Mary. I'm gonna be honest about Faith though. Here's my thing about Faith.
In the book, they saying Faith knew a lot of stuff. Like, in the book is fake. But when you read certain things, I always felt that way anyways.
But here's the thing about that book. It could be fake.
No, I heard it was fake. I'm just going off that it was fake. And
let's just say the book is 100% fake.
Okay.
Let's just say that. And they stopped the sale of it on Amazon because it's still the #1 book on Amazon right now. So.
Oh yeah, but let's just going crazy. It's going crazy
because everybody bought it.
Everybody thinking,
it's fake. Got you. Here's my thing. When Harvey Weinstein went down, all of Hollywood turned against him and spoke out against him immediately. Right?
That's a fact.
Immediately.
That's a fact.
Nobody was quiet. Hollywood was talking loud against him, right?
They hated Harvey Weinstein, though. They hated him. They wanted him out the way. But now he's come back on appeal, so
right. Who knows what might happen with that? But they hated him. Diddy, everyone's quiet as a church mouse.
And they hated Diddy. They hated Diddy. Secretly, they hated Diddy. A lot of these guys, they hated his arrogance. They hate the way he moves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has that like Harlem swag. So he could turn a lot of people off, and a lot of people don't appreciate who he is. We just being honest.
And I think a lot of people probably, of course they did.
And
but this man
he's done a lot to a lot of people, bro.
And here's the thing. And Whack 100 of all people said something the other day on Clubhouse. And he made perfect sense. And I agree with Whack 100 for once, right? Whack 100 said, well, you know what? This is a case of the chickens coming home to roost. Diddy knows he's done a lot of snake stuff. Diddy knows exactly what he's done. Diddy has done things that we haven't even linked him to. Okay? And so Diddy is somewhere in his cell. He knows what this is. He knows that this is his time. He always feared that all of this would catch up with him one day. He probably had hoped it wouldn't. Thought he had the money, the resources to fight it and prevent it from happening. But I honestly believe when he went in that day, when he got arrested, he really thought, no, I'm going to just post bail. I'll be home. I think he said that leading up to it. He knew an arrest was coming. Y'all do realize that.
I did videos on it. This is why I tell y'all to go back and look. Yeah. I did video. That's why he wasn't in Harlem to go meet up with G Dep and show love. He was there because he knew that the indictment was coming.
He knew it was coming.
I
y'all.
did
He knew
videos
was
on
coming.
that before his lawyer actually said that. He
Mhm.
don't care about
He
G.
knew.
Dep, Black Rob, rest in peace. He don't care about none of these guys.
And I'm gonna tell you something else that you're gonna find out. If they arrest his son for what they have on them on videotape, this is what's gonna happen. Because you all know the feds can be dirty, right? The feds are dirty. You know that. We all know that, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So what they're gonna say is, we have enough on camera to put your sons in prison for at least 15 years apiece.
Go ahead and take this 20-year plea.
Take this 20-year plea, and you know they're gonna say, and we might just leave your sons alone, right?
Yeah, we ain't gonna charge you with nothing else. We're gonna just leave
We ain't
you
gonna
alone.
charge them. If you don't take this, your sons will each have their own case, their own court trial.
So you feel like little Diddy, you're like, yeah. King Combs and Justin Combs and what's the other one? Quincy. You feel like they gonna
Not Quincy's not involved.
I know.
don't think
Quincy's not their kid. That's I'll be sure.
And I don't think he's involved in any of that.
So you think King Combs and Justin Combs will be implicated?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the likes
they
up
have on
from me,
tape.
y'all. Get the likes to 600, man.
And I'm
We
gonna
got
tell you what they're
1,000
gonna
in the
do.
building.
I told you they play chess.
Tap the screen
So-
twice. Hold on real quick, brother, because you kicking good knowledge. We having good chemistry. Tap the screen twice. That's all you got to do. Share the broadcast. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Become a member. You heard? We got people in the building, man. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe. Salute. Go ahead.
So what they're gonna do? They've already. Y'all gotta realize when Homeland Security, when they arrested Diddy, I think a lot of people don't understand how Homeland Security works. But it's perfectly fine because a lot of people are about to find out if it goes to trial. Homeland Security, do people realize they have a 98% conviction rate?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like the feds.
They have a 98% conviction rate, which means they rarely, if ever, lose. So and everybody keeps saying, well, what do they have and what do they have? Did they not see the press conference that the U.S. attorney gave?
Well, I'm gonna have
The
to
US
ask you. I'm
attorney-
gonna have to ask you to call back up, brother, because I got another calls coming in. Call back up. All right. Salute, brother. I appreciate you calling up.
All right.
Shakira. Salute.
Shakira.
Yeah, I see it. Shakira, welcome to Harlem. Salute. State your
Hi,
claim, man.
Harlem.
Where you calling from?
Thank you, Harlem. I'm calling from the West Coast. I'm in Nevada.
Shout out to the
I
whole
actually
Nevada,
call-
Las Vegas. You're in the building, man.
Yeah,
You know how we do.
yeah, so-
State your
Of
claim,
course,
sis.
I'm from Brooklyn. But I'm just over here. But I wanted to say to you, did you see recently? Because I hear you saying that this is definitely bigger than Diddy. Did you hear Orlando Brown say in an interview recently that the assaults, this type of occult ritualistic behavior? Did you hear him say that
Yes.
Quincy did this to Tevin Campbell?
Yes. I've been
I'm just
watching him.
curious.
He made fun of Lil Wayne the other day. But I was watching him and he was basically saying he is actually the first person to tell us about Diddy's bed. And we all thought he was lying. We all thought he was lying. He said Diddy has a big old 50-foot bed in his backyard.
Yeah.
We all looked at him like he was crazy. So Orlando Brown, I take a little bit of what he says, not all, sis. You know what I mean? Not all.
Of course. I'm just curious because I know, like, just like you said with Jag, a lot of us didn't believe her at first, but I've been faithfully watching Jag ever since things had started to come out. And now it's like with Orlando.
I gotta be real. Hold on. I gotta put you on hold real quick. Stay right there, sis. Because Jag makes a lot of sense. Look what she says.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy, his catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse is very valuable. So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album? It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album, because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy, and then starting his own company.
Yeah, sis, man. Like, so I gotta be honest. So, I mean, state what you were just saying to me. Go ahead. How you feel about that? We do take. We all thought she was lying a lot of times, but we do take her with a grain of salt. Go ahead, sis.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have to take Jag with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, she's human. And even she has admitted herself that, you know, this industry, the music industry, entertainment, whichever you prefer, it's a sinful industry. And so when she's been asked, like, how do you know so much about this? And she was like, because of sin. You know, I lived a life of sin. I know what goes on in here. Like, because I've watched a lot of her interviews. She gets very, very candid about, you know, she's like, yeah, no, I was involved in this. So, yeah, I know. But she's also dealt with her path and her journey from being involved in that life of sin. And now she's like, you know, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not with it. I'm not for it. But I'm just curious to see with what she says about Jay-Z. But also, like you said, we didn't believe Orlando Brown at first.
She's been talking heavy about Jay-Z.
Oh, 1,000. So that's another person who, you know, we're all waiting to see how fast the dominoes are going to fall in his direction because, you know, we went from not being sure. Of course, it's like you said a moment ago, I got to see it to believe it. So we went from not knowing if any of this was true. So these people do sound crazy in theory. And then next thing you know, this information comes out. So I'm curious to see if the dominoes are going to fall in Jay-Z's direction and or like with Orlando Brown saying that Quincy Jones did this to Tevin Campbell. I'm curious to see if this is going to go Quincy Jones's direction because people keep saying Clive Davis, you know, and I get it, but you know, there are a lot more people than Clive Davis. So I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Who do you think now, despite they saying, and I don't want to just throw it to the side because it is minors. But you know, I'm just putting it out there. Despite they saying there's minors involved, who do you think is on that tape? Who do you think that is? They bigger than Diddy.
Only because you're asking me. Only because you're asking me who I think. Only because you're asking me who I think. And I'll be honest with you, I did see it in your comments a moment ago because I really didn't know who to think, but I did see someone in your comments say Will Smith. That is a strong. No, seriously, that is the only strong. No, because seriously, no, Harlem, I'm gonna be Harlem. I have to be real with you. Harlem, I have to be real with you. No, I have to be real with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because for me, my brain, and this is just the society that we live in this country. My brain, as soon as I heard the woman say is someone that we would venture to see, is is bigger than Diddy, I went to think, maybe it's a white person I need to be thinking about, right? No, seriously, I was like, maybe should I be thinking of a white man? Like, what black man is bigger than Diddy? And then that's when I'm like listening to you and I'm looking at the, your commenters, the soldiers in the chat, and they're like, someone said Will Smith. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Someone said Will Smith. And I'm like, if I had to think of a black man who could be considered bigger than Diddy, Will Smith is really the only one that comes to mind. Seriously, because then the only other person I could think of, Harlem, honestly, what we gonna say, Snoop?
Yeah, I mean, but is Snoop bigger than Diddy? Billionaire status. We talking about billionaire.
Right, exactly. No, so then it brings me back to Will Smith. So now, and this is all based on, this is just me answering your question. Who do I think it is? Because I had to break it down to you like that because I didn't know who the hell to think. I'm like, who the hell is bigger than Diddy? I got to think of a white man. But then as soon as somebody popped in with Will Smith, I said, oh, we in trouble if it's him.
Yeah, man, because he is bigger than Diddy. Yeah, I pause. No
and
Diddy.
And again, because I'm tapped in with the community, somebody said Tyler Perry. We got people saying Tyler Perry. These options are big. Harlem, these options are big. No, for real. I listen to the community right along with you.
Damn.
Seriously.
Because Tyler Perry has shaped the community into kind of like jumping over the rainbow. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't agree with Tyler Perry. All right. Tyler Perry.
Don't talk your talk, man. Talk your talk.
I'm gonna be honest. This is how I feel about Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry has opened up a lot of doors. He has given people a lot of work. But at the end of the day, the things he's done to get this work, he has turned the community upside down. They basically jumping over the rainbow. It's like everything has to do with what I'm totally against, abomination and stuff like that. So everything he promotes jumps over the rainbow, and it kind of just disturbs me. That's how you got to make your money. And he makes black people. He doesn't make them. They take the roles because that's how they getting their money. But at the end of the day, black people are playing these roles of like weird activity, and it kind of throws me off.
And you know something? I'll even say what Jaguar had to say to that, which was really poignant recently. And she said that what's going on in the industry, the sadistic, ritualistic use of gay sex is not to be synonymous with homosexuality, because what they're doing is intentionally abusing. You know, what they're doing is intentionally abusing.
It's
and
like,
what's so
what is
interesting
Tyler
about
Perry
that
doing?
too?
I've been thinking that for years. He's putting a wig on a man. He's putting a wig and a dress on a man. He actually like co-signs that in the community.
And I'll do you one better, but he won't come out to save his life.
No.
You've been doing that for years as a career, but you won't come out as a gay man to save your life.
Well, you got to ask yourself, do the people at the top do that?
With who?
Do the people at the
With
top?
people at the top?
Listen. He has established himself like the people at the top. They don't. The people that's getting at the puff, we don't know who they are. We just we all just allegedly and making up stuff like, oh yeah, it's Diageo and all these liquor companies. We don't know what they do.
Correct.
So Tyler Perry has put himself in that light where we don't know what his personal life is like. We don't know what he's actually doing outside of filming. But it comes to light on film.
Right.
You understand?
No,
it comes to light on film.
No, absolutely. But this is why I'm saying to you that the options from going back to your question, because I gotta keep. I know you got other callers and people want to talk to you.
You're gonna end up getting my page struck. Yeah, y'all gonna end up getting my page about it. Hit the Cash App, Harlem Legend TV, y'all. Because she gonna end up getting my page up out of here. Yeah, no, I'm going too deep. I'm just being honest.
No, you don't have. That's why I said we could go back to. We don't have to go that deep. We going back to your question.
Football is on. Yeah. Let's stop.
Yes,
I can't go too deep.
Yeah.
You try to get my joint
Harlem,
taken.
No, not at all. I appreciate. No. I appreciate what you do for the community. I appreciate you. I do not want your page to get struck. I just wanted to engage what you were bringing to the people, and I appreciate you and thank you.
Salute, sis. I appreciate you.
Salute.
Shakira.
Take care.
Salute.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you got to understand this YouTube. They don't want all that up here. You going too deep. Like, hold up. You trying to get my joint taken. That's how it look now. Call the hotline, y'all. 910-694-8894, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody in the building, man. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV, man. We got to be honest with each other. Yeah, I got some good people calling in from all across the planet. Yeah, shout out to the whole Trinidad. Y'all already know, in the building. Yeah. Call the hotline, y'all, man. I want to hear from y'all, man. Let's shape it up, man. Let's give it a couple more minutes and we out of here, man. Salute to everybody. Happy Sunday, man. That's a fact, man. Like, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Yo, what up, Harlem? I'm from South Texas. I just want to touch on what that last thing was saying.
South Texas was really good. South Texas in the building. Yeah, shout out to my brother, man, Jermaine Anderson. Hold on real quick. Shout out to my brother, Jermaine Anderson, for the donation, man. They trying to get my joint taken. I got to be careful. You know how I go.
Yeah.
Over 2K votes with less than 500 likes is crazy. You see that? And that's people in the chat. That's people like you and I. Because I consider myself you guys. So all I ask is y'all guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Tap the screen twice. Hit the like button. Make the likes go up, and it brings other people in the broadcast. We're having great conversation. I would love to keep having these 3-4 hours. I don't care. As long as it's keeping it popping. Salute, brother. How you doing, man? Where you calling from, King?
I'm from South Texas, bro.
Texas,
you've been watching for more than 5 minutes. You double tap, bro. Double tap the like for Harlem.
I just want to say, bro. It takes 2 seconds and it's free.
Here, support the boy.
Salute. Go ahead, brother.
Yo, I was just saying, bro. Like, when I think of these celebrities, when you compare
Yes, sir.
rappers
Yes, sir.
to other people, you know, dude, movie stars and actors are definitely above rappers, you know, when it comes to celebrities. So for them to say it's got to be someone higher than Diddy, that's the first thing I think. It's an actor, you know. There's got to be some sort of actor.
Wait. So you got to have more power, more money, more influence than Diddy.
Yeah.
So you think an actor is going to have more influence than? Well, it's certain actors.
I think of it how y'all were saying.
Tyler Perry's of the world, like allegedly. I gotta throw this out there.
No, that's
my
why, bro.
monetization is gone now. Yeah, my monetization is gone.
Yeah.
Salute to Jermaine Anderson. Salute to the people that's donating. My monetization is gone, but I gotta keep it real. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I was thinking, bro. Because y'all were talking about how it's money, bro. Money's the root of all the evil and stuff. And when you think about it, they make more money. You know, like if you compare the upper echelon of all the rappers and movie stars, you know, those guys are getting paid, you know, big money.
Yes,
and
one
it's
movie,
the money, bro.
5
You got to
million,
follow the
10
money.
One movie, 5 million, 10 million. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Will
exactly.
Smith.
That's what I'm thinking. Low key, it's got to be one of the brothers, you know.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Salute.
I'm not gonna say too much, but I just wanted to add on to it. Like, it's definitely, for me at least, it's got to be a movie star. It's got to be someone in the public eye like that. Grand scheme.
Okay,
I appreciate what you're doing, Harlem. I'm gonna get out your way, brother.
Salute, King. Salute.
All right.
Hit the like button, tap the screen twice, call the hotline 910-694-8884. I'm having a great time with you guys. Marcel, what's really good, man? Salute. Let the people know where you're calling from.
From Pittsburgh, man.
Pittsburgh, PA, in the building. Salute to the whole Pittsburgh, PA. You already know what it is, King, man. State your claim. How do you feel about this Diddy situation? What's going on?
I'm gonna just be all the way honest with you, bro.
Please do. Please do.
With everything that's been going on with the world, I never been a spiritual person, but it put me in reading the Bible, and the Bible speak about Diddy. It speak about everything that's going on right now.
What's going on with the Bible, sir?
Well,
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not so extra religious, and I've been to prison.
not either.
I've done a lot in my life, and praise the Lord. Praise whatever you're praising. Whether you're Christian, you're Pentecostal, whatever you are, right? And I don't want no disrespect.
No disrespect at all.
I love the culture. I love anything y'all got going on. I've been atheist for years because I don't believe until I see it. That's just me. That's just Harlem Legend. But I love everybody.
But I'm with you though. I haven't really been too spiritual, but I mean, with everything going on in the world, it had me worried. So I picked up the Bible a couple weeks ago, and it got a story about a rich man that had everything, including leverage. But he fell because he wouldn't give his riches away.
Wait, so you telling me that's Diddy?
It's a sword that kind of competes and talks about people like Diddy. I'm not going to say that actually.
Talk. Look, yeah. I'm not religious, right? But I'm into. I'm really into like just people that just really believe and that really be deep into certain situations. And look, man, talk your talk, brother.
I mean, like when you look at it and you read that book, bro, you kind of you can pick the faith of your own, and you can relate it to any story that you're going through now and any story through the past. And I just was looking around like how we got whispers of this country going against this country, and these people being exposed, and this person, and you gotta look at it from a craft of he's been around us our whole lives, our whole childhood, our kids growing up about this. We grew up about this.
Okay.
So it put me in the mood where it's like, well, what's something that
let me ask you, are you Christian?
I'm Baptist.
Baptist. Shout out to all the Baptists.
Yeah. I mean, but it put me in the mood like what information can I get that's not from a person that been around just as long as Diddy, and put me in scriptures. And when I was reading it, I read about the man that had everything, but he ended up falling to the bottomless pit because he refused to give up his riches. and there was also a
So
poor
that's kind of
man.
like that's kind of like the hellfire for the Muslims, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, talk about it.
So then it was also about the poor man, and we will be considered the poor man because we follow these, we idolize these people because of their riches. We idolize because of what they have in the flesh.
We do, but I must say, now we do as a culture, and when I say culture, Black, Latino, Black, if you got melanin in your skin, if you got melanin in your goddamn skin, I don't care what you are. If you got melanin in your skin, you worship these goddamn celebrities. Go ahead, brother.
And you know what the people with the lack of melanin in their skin do? They use the melanated ones to go against each other. So
Talk about it. See,
I'm not
can't
saying
say this. I can't say this because you're trying to get my channel struck. I can't say
I'm
this.
sorry.
No, go talk your talk.
But what I mean by that is, we can go through any state of rap. I'm gonna just go to the war of Chirac, just that one war.
Talk about it.
It was publicized to the point, and we are the ones that's blogging on it.
Well. See, now you're going into different waters, brother. Right? And I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about a deal. You know, Harlem Legend don't care. Let me tell you something. DJ Academics, another black man, pushed that war. He pushed.
Oh no.
Whoa. Before we get started, I just gotta be honest. I've never liked DJ Academics for that. I'm gonna be real with you. He started that and pushed that. He made these guys look bigger than what they actually. I was watching DJ Academics 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Not 20 years ago. I don't want to throw it out of proportion. I'll say 10 years ago. I'll say 10 years ago. I was watching Zach TV. I watched all of these guys. I watched everything that happened, and DJ Academics actually pushed it. I'm just being honest. It's just me being who I am. He pushed it. But you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, it's up to the people to feed into what he's putting out. And he actually pushed it. And I sat there and I watched it before I was even on YouTube. I watched these academics pushing that Chicago, Chirac. He named it Chirac.
Exactly. Never been there, but he named it.
He named certain guys the Grim Reaper and all, all these characters.
Yes.
So
like Marvel.
I'm not going to sit here and act like, because if I was in DJ Academic's position, I would definitely say I'm the one that did that. I pushed that, and I'm sickened by the deaths. I'm sickened by it. But
without a doubt.
But the point we're trying to make is a black man pushed it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, without a doubt, a black man pushed it. But the point I was trying to make with that is it's just like with any other conglomerate things, like music, like the war is Iraq. It's being pushed because of the people that's clicking it. You know what I mean? It's getting pushed in. You getting pushed in the algorithm right now because of the people that's liking the conversation we having. Well, it don't mean that it's a good conversation.
Hopefully they like it because there's people that just don't. They'll come in here and vote on my. Look, it's over 2,000 votes, and only 530 likes. Is you serious? We having great conversation. Hit the like button, y'all. Tap the screen twice. Hit the like button. That's nasty work. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
get the likes up. Get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel. But go ahead, brother.
You can't come in the room and peek behind the door and not give a thumbs up if you liking what you're hearing, because you staying here, so you gotta be liking what you're hearing.
But sometimes you gotta understand, man. I have no filter. I'm Harlem Legend. A lot of times I talk my talk and I don't care what penalties come with it. Right? So I'm not looking to be a superstar. I'm looking just to speak what's real. And hopefully I could change 2 or 3 lives out there, that people that's trying to do the right thing. And all I'm doing is pushing the product and pushing the business. And I'm willing to teach people what I do. That's all. So I appreciate you calling up, King.
Always, man. Stay positive, stay blessed, bro.
Salute. Salute to everybody in the building, man. We gotta let me see what this is. Oh no, right here. Oh, she just got off the phone. Shakira, thank you so much for letting me tap in with your voice and perspective. Are deeply appreciated. Salute. All right, salute, man. I appreciate you. That's a fact. Call the hotline, y'all. Yo, I'm rocking with y'all, man. Salute, man. 910-694-8884. How do y'all feel about minors being involved? It's a lot, but I still feel like, it's almost like, do we believe anything that's coming across our desks? We got to be honest. Do we believe anything that's coming across our desks on this Sunday? Debbie. Salute, Debbie. I appreciate you, Debbie. Salute. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. State your claim.
Salute, bro. Jesse, Richmond, Virginia.
Hotto. You want me to call you Hotto?
Yeah, that's cool.
Hotto in the building. What's popping, man? What's Gucci, man?
Yeah, people be asking Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. State your claim, man.
Yeah, people be asking the wrong questions. See the shit they throwing out here. The shit they want us to see, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. This shit bigger than Diddy. They just using him as a patsy, just like they done with Epstein.
So you think Diddy is going to get offed?
Yeah, I don't think he'll make it out of jail unless he got some type of thing where he'll release the videos if something happens to him.
Okay.
Yeah, think about Lil Wayne, man. This ain't nothing like new. This shit been being called out for years. Lil Wayne called him right to his face. Eminem, 50, for years he's been being called out, and nobody like paying attention. Just like that shit with Cassie, wife Kim. Well, I mean, this shit goes all the way back to Biggie and Tupac. They got him on tape years ago that said new.
I didn't even put up some of those. Like, I sat back and I have clips of everything. You know me. I have clips of everything.
Yeah, them feds knew years ago, he put them hits out or put the money up. You know what I mean? All this is he done pissed off the wrong one at the wrong time.
Okay.
And they doing what they doing.
Salute, man.
But the downfall is it's gonna be everybody else. Jay-Z, DJ Khaled, all them other people. I mean, this man got princes and celebrities.
So you think when the tapes drop and everybody, the actual public, because I gotta say this, I had to get on the dark web to see all this stuff. You telling me when the tape actually drop to the natural public, what you think is gonna go down?
Yeah, I don't think nobody would see them tapes.
I beg to differ.
They might. Certain ones,
I beg to differ.
I don't think the public's gonna see it. How about that? I mean, it might be years from now before we see it, or if we see it, but we won't see it no time soon.
Okay. Salute, man.
Because this is like a dynasty. Jay-Z said it, the dynasty. You know what I mean? All the greatest dynasties in the world crumble, right? Rome, Egypt, list goes on. You know what I'm saying?
Talk.
Yeah.
Salute, man. I appreciate you calling up, homie.
All right, bro.
Salute.
Y'all be safe.
Salute.
Salute.
Oh man, what a show, man. 2 hours, 35 minutes. Hit the like button, tap the screen twice, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I might drop that by itself. Just the phone calls is epic calling in. Y'all already know what it is, man. 910-694-8884. Y'all already know. Call a hotline. State your claim, man. I appreciate y'all, man. That's a fact. I appreciate everybody that pulled up, everybody that donated to the channel. It's all love. Everybody that show love to the channel. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Set your bell notification so you know when I'm going live. You heard? Leave a comment under this video. I'm going to definitely grab probably a couple little joints out of this and drop it. You heard? We get them phone calls, and I appreciate y'all, man. Salute.
Eat. Go look at Zip page. Zip climbing. Look at China Brim. He climbing. Look at Harlem Legend. He climbing. Look at...
Make sure y'all go over to 050 The Movement. 050 DAMOV MENET. Make sure y'all go over to 050 The Movement. Make sure y'all go subscribe. 6 o'clock, we got another show popping off. Y'all already know what it is, man. Salute to everybody, man. Peace.
Eat. Go look at Zip page. Zip climbing. Look at China Brim. He climbing. Look at Harlem Legend. He climbing. Look at Kid Toes Jet. A nigga look pitiful. And you talk eat. Niggas is already eating.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Dark Side, we represent Dark Side, 050 The Movement. Make sure you check them out. Harlem Legend TV, man. I like.